Welcome to the Totally Not Biased podcast. Today we have a special episode where we break down our predictions for the AFC.
Yes, sir.
Last week was the NFC episode. This is the special for the AFC. Cody, take it away.
All right, we're going to start with the AFC North, spicy AFC North. We're going to start to my left with Jacob. See what he thinks is going on with the AFC North.
We're just going to start with the Browns and work our way. Is that how we do it? Okay.
Might as well.
All right, so I know this is going to be a little bit controversial for normal people that watch the Browns and Browns fans in general, but I think this fucking team is going to have a lot of turmoil. Too much drama around what's going on there with the Deshaun Watson situation. They're literally still in quarterback purgatory. They haven't figured out what they're going to do there.
Hey, they got Brissett.
I know that I've got a couple of people on this podcast that feel the same way I do about this team. I have them going 3-14. Their talent alone should make them capable of winning more than 3 games, but I think that there's too much drama around this team to really believe in anything they're going to do this year.
I think they kind of got a hard schedule, too.
They have one of the hardest... Well, this division in general has like one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. They're playing the NFC South. Mm-hmm. I mean, they should be able to win a couple of games in there, but that's like the only wins I have them getting. So, Brendan.
And then I agree with you. I also have them at 3-14. Mm-hmm. Even more so than just the quarterback trouble. Kareem Hunt just asked for a trade. Was going to hold out if they didn't just find him crazy amounts every day. I think the team is very, very quickly falling apart.
Chubb, though.
They're still, they're very talented.
Yeah, they have talent. That's the problem. It's just the drama that comes with every single thing that happens in their organization. It's the Browns.
Speaking of losses, too, Jarvis Landry, Davion Clowney's gone.
Yep.
They also lost J.C. Treader, too, their big center up front.
And Baker Mayfield, for what it's worth, I mean, he's been the most successful quarterback in the entire quarterback room since he's been there.
Yeah. So you don't think Jacoby's they could carry them?
Well, I mean, how many? No. What was it?
Stick the ball in Chubb's hands 25 times.
As of right now, it's what, a 8-game suspension for Deshaun?
As of right now, it's 6.
It's been appealed. It's going to be indefinite.
I mean, yeah,
and they're going to win the appeal. They're going to win the appeal just because they're appealing to themselves. They have the full jurisdiction over it. So it's not. If they want a full year suspension, indefinite, for him to do a bunch of shit to get back on the field, they're going to do it. It's just a matter of time. We'll see probably next week what it looks like.
I saw a thing where his team said that he would accept an 8-game. I'm like, but it's not going to be offered an 8-game.
Yeah, it's not a settlement. It was a settlement before they even wanted.
I mean, the only reason it was 8 games is because there's literally the judge was like, I cannot give him.
It was 6 games.
It was apparently his camp or team or
the
whatever.
The bylaws have never had a precedent past 6 games because every single situation beforehand where it was sexual assault, it was like at minimum. It was at minimum 6 games. So, we'll see how it goes. I just don't like this team.
I mean, I don't. All right. I mean, I'm not hating on them. I got them 6-11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's more reasonable than mine and Brennan's.
And this was pre-Baker even. Mm-hmm. This was Baker still being there, just because I didn't think he was going to play anyways, even if he did stay. And this was also pre-Deshaun, but I was also planning on him not playing because if they're very easily, in my opinion, probably 11-6 with him. If he is what he was when he was playing, then yeah. But I mean, he didn't look good in the preseason.
So you don't think the drama around the team is really anything that kind of deters you from them being a better team in the NFC, or
I don't.
Because the thing is, if Deshaun does play, you're probably more right about it being closer to 10-11 wins. If we take into account, just forfeit all of the drama around the team.
I think this team is really good. I mean, you got Myles Garrett, you got Nick Chubb, you got
picked up Amari Cooper.
They've got Njoku too.
Yeah. They're a good team. I'm just worried. I am worried. I think that is what worries me the most.
Just all the drama going on with
everybody. All right, time out.
Get the fuck down, dumbass. They both went in front of that fucking camera.
I know.
Yeah. Will you check in just make sure the camera's good while you're out?
No, they need to go downstairs.
So what are we? I mean, we're only 6 minutes in.
Just keep going.
We're good. Yeah, we can cut around this, but stop, you fucking slut. Damn. Cut. Dude, what the fuck is that, dude? All right.
I'm leaving it in.
You need to do yours and then Cody's turn.
I mean, they do play a really hard schedule. I mean, I have them losing us, the Patriots.
Yeah, I do too.
If I say us, that's who I mean.
Yeah.
I have them losing to the Chargers, the Ravens, the Bengals. I think the Dolphins, the Bills, the Bucks. I mean, their schedule is just fucking hard. Whether Deshaun's here or not, this is a hard schedule.
Yeah. Their
team is equipped to make a playoff run. They were doing it with Baker, and if you watch the last episode, you know how I feel about that motherfucker. Yeah. They were able to do it with Baker. I think they can do it with Deshaun. I don't think Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby Brissett's probably perfect for what's going to happen. He's going to play this year.
It's like Deshaun the Colts year whenever Luck retired. I mean, they still won, 7 games? That's my ceiling for him. Like, I don't think that he's much more talented to elevate anybody around him, but the roster's so good. Is it better than Indy's in that year? I don't know. I don't think their offensive line is better. I think their defense is about as good.
Pretty good. I think that's going to be the strong point, is their run game.
Yeah.
I think Nick Chubb's probably going to have...
They're going to have to opt to run the ball a lot more, and if Deshaun is playing, he's probably also going to have a lot of quarterback runs just because that's what, Stefanski can prop that up. He can make it happen.
We'll see. I wouldn't expect him to play, but
6-11 sounds generous, but
you're with us on it.
I'm also 3-14.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, so we all feel good.
Yeah, but going back to the team, I don't feel the team is worried about the situation at all. I mean, obviously the management's behind him, giving him the deal. He took a photo with his entire offensive line on vacation somewhere while Baker's at home, hating his life. So
it's disgusting.
I think the team's behind him. I mean, we see this a lot. Talent outweighs problems.
I mean, Antonio Brown has gotten so many chances in this league, and I don't think anything has done as bad as this. He's had sexual assault allegations. This guy has.
It's the numbers. That sounds bad. Let me preface by that sounds bad by saying
there is levels to
it. They're all just as bad, whether it's 1 or 26. But it's the fact that it's 20-6.
And it's the negligence of the whole situation.
While we're here talking about this is a really good point because we're in this division anyways. The Browns fucked it up for everybody else because Lamar, from what I am hearing, wants no less than fully guaranteed.
Well, he wants his contract.
Joe Burrow is going to want no less than fully guaranteed.
Yeah. Joe Burrow
if Trey Lance is that guy, he's going to want no less than fully guaranteed.
Yeah, they're moving some more fully guaranteed contracts, for sure.
Which I love for every quarterback I just named. If Trey Lance was to be that good and get it, I love it. If Joe Burrow gets it, I love it because they deserve it.
They do deserve it.
Yep.
I think
if you're a starter,
I think the precedent for what the Browns did with their quarterback is good. I just question
the guy. It's the first person to get it. It's like giving
imagine
Charles
if they did this
Manson
shit with AB.
AB
isn't as bad as
up.
Deshaun Watson, but imagine if they did this shit with AB.
Like a fully guaranteed multi-year contract, highest paid receiver of all time.
They kind of paid him.
But I'm talking about even after the Jets incident with the Bucks, him just walking off. And some teams comes into the offseason.
I think that was kind of guaranteed. That was you can't after that. That's such a bad look. I think him even playing in the preseason game was a bad look. Still with the speculation.
Well, preseason or suspensions don't go towar's preseason. That's always been a rule.
It's just the fact that
because he did it at the Texans when he got suspended.
And the thing is if he gets 17 games, they'll specify how many games he'll be able to play the playoffs. If God forbid they make the playoffs.
Yeah,
but
this is right after all this and seeing his face. Did you see what the crowd was calling him and
he deserves it. Fuck him. I can't stand him.
Sick fuck. Chanting it.
What wins do you all have? Because we have the same records.
Panthers, Jets, Steelers, at home, Falcons,
hating on the Jets.
Saints, which probably
I gotta beat the Jets.
Yeah,
and the Texans.
Yeah.
Panthers, the Jets are not good.
Texans,
we're not
Steelers
doing this today.
You have the who?
Panthers, Texans, and Steelers.
You gotta beat the Texans?
Yeah.
I'd probably
switch that. You gotta beat the Panthers?
Yeah,
or no, you have them losing to the Panthers.
No, I got them losing to the Panthers. So mine's weird. I have them beating the Jets and then going on a huge L streak.
Yeah, and then
winning the command.
I don't know. I think the Steelers at home and the Falcons are both very winnable games.
I do too.
Yeah.
There's
games. Yeah, the games I have them winning are the Steelers at home early on. Then
Saints is the only game I would trade.
I haven't beaten the Falcons, and then I haven't beaten the Texans. Because they're the worst teams on the schedule, I think.
Yeah, they could easily win some of these games.
And the thing is with the Steelers, we'll move on to them, I guess, here in a minute. But I don't think that I don't know.
This team is
so tough.
Looking at the preseason, who they actually have, I think we're just jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'm
confusion.
hating.
But this was
We're
way
just comparing them
before.
like just on paper teams.
Yeah.
I can't see Mike Tomlin letting
No.
these teams.
Yeah,
these guys
we
win
all
so much.
probably have a pretty similar record.
I
for this
mean,
team.
is this?
We do.
All right, let's just. I guess.
Yeah, let's
Yes,
we'll just segue in. I guess.
Yeah,
I'll
pretty much
start.
wrapping up the Browns. We're waiting on to see what Deshaun Watson does. If he
Man.
doesn't play, it's pretty much watching your fantasy players at that point. 'Cause
Yeah,
they are
even,
going
even
to-
then, like, is the offense going to really mesh around what they have?
Yeah, because Nick
Amari
Chubb is
is so
rushing for
inconsistent.
1,200 yards.
Yeah.
Nick
Yeah.
Chubb is rushing for 1,200 yards. That's a fact. He's
Yeah,
he's
we'll
a
see.
dog. But
We'll see.
segueing into the next team, the Steelers. This fucking team is terrible.
They're bad.
Bad.
I
They're-
have them going pretty bad, but
This-
I think they're way better.
I
than
think
I
the
feel
thing
like.
that we're overshadowing the most when we say Mike Tomlin isn't going to let this team be that bad is he's always had Big Ben. He doesn't have
That's the
Big
biggest
He's a
question is a
dog.
quarterback because they
He
have
doesn't
skill.
have
They
Big
have
Ben
good
anymore.
skill players.
Ben. He's got Mitch
And-
Trubinsky and
yeah.
he's got.
What if
fucking
Kenny Pickens is that
Kenny
dog?
Pickett.
though?
Kenny Pickett played good in this preseason game,
Yeah.
but is the offensive line going to be better because it doesn't
really-
look
I don't think so.
it doesn't look any better.
I don't think so.
They didn't do anything. You've got Najee Harris. Is he going to touch the ball? Like Najee Harris on
He's a
pace is like up there with like Henry in carries,
Yeah,
and like the amount of times he touches the ball in the game, that's not a good thing. Like the NFL wears running backs out like crazy, anyways.
yeah, it's not a very high value position now.
It's a very it's.
Well,
he
it is a high value
value
because they're getting more out of a lesser contract. But when it comes to like their durability and
Najee's a high
like
level.
Zeke on his what year is he in? Seventh. His seventh year has close to 10,000 yards. He's going to get that. But after that, it's not.
But they've had consistently better offensive lines. Like this is the thing that
Yeah.
I'm saying is like they don't have a good offensive line. You have new quarterbacks in the system. Like you've got a good wide receiver core. I mean,
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson,
This team is built
Chase Claypool for what it is. I mean, George Pickens is a fucking dog.
Yeah.
George Pickens is going to be that
You
guy.
said Deontay Johnson, right?
Yeah,
What's
Like,
our tight end?
Firemute
Yeah.
was so good last
he's
season.
pretty
I
good.
wouldn't be surprised if he is a low end tight
I think
end
that
one
their
this
offense
season.
is being underrated a tad bit just because like they can figure it out at offensive line.
I think
And
defensively is where they really struggle.
their defense is actually decent. Like they
I mean,
have-
it was good last year, but it just like when you're on the field that much from an offense that isn't good, it's
it's way worse.
now if you could tell me that they can run the ball and grind some clock out, then yeah, this outlook on this team actually looks really different.
Well, let's go
because
through-
there's a lot of close games.
So what you got them going?
I have them 4-13.
Yeah.
Yeah,
4-13.
you're really hyping them up for 4-13.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hype them up. I got them 3-14.
They got a. I feel like I've been saying this about everybody. They got a hard fucking schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
Bengals, Patriots, Bills, Bucks. Like that's in 6 weeks.
Yeah, you're playing some veteran quarterback. I don't know, throwing somebody in there. You know,
Dude.
Mitch has been through it. If Mitch will like
Oh my god.
plays like
We
this,
have
Bears.
it worse.
I know. It's hard
You
to
want to talk about? what
It's
you
hard
have
to
worse?
find wins with them.
Yeah,
Even
really
them beating the Jets and the Browns,
Hating on the Jets.
like I don't know.
I
I'm on the Jets
need
hard.
you
Yeah,
to
I
stop
like the
saying
Jets
that.
a lot.
The Jets are not
Crazy.
fucking good.
I don't think they're that great defensively either. I mean, they lost Joe Hayden. Who they replaced? They replaced him.
Devin Bush is coming back though. That's big.
Yeah,
Devin Bush
Miles, they
is
signed
really good.
Miles Jack too.
Miles
Got Miles
Jack, like
Minka
Fitzpatrick.
back.
Yeah, Minka's
TJ
back.
Watt.
What happened to
Defense
him?
player
Because
of the
somebody, no, hold on, something. Minka did something. Because
year. He may have had a holdout or something.
no, it was it. The dude from Pat McAfee.
All right.
He was.
There you go.
Who is it?
I don't know. I was just telling.
The fuck?
What's going on? All right. Well, we'll be back.
Technical difficulties.
Should I stop this or just keep it on?
Keep everything
Yeah, just
rolling.
keep it rolling.
I would just since you're up, will you double check and make sure everything is still rolling?
You say we're only 15 minutes in. If there's been too many like stops and stuff, we could really just
Is it going?
run it back. Yeah, they're all running up. Yeah, we're good. They're all within
We all
us.
cleared up space on our phones, so we're good.
Yeah.
Need to emphasize the records
Mm-hmm.
because this is horrible. Y'all have them going better than we do.
Yeah.
I have
wins
only
is
2
doable.
games.
4 wins is doable.
I love that baby.
Same as the Browns. I think like 6 or 7.
The Jets, the
Doable.
Falcons, the Panthers, and the Browns. Those are all fucking very doable wins.
I don't want
What did he do,
You are
bro?
on the Jets.
How? I'm not hating on the Jets.
Hey.
They're not good.
I think Mika was holding out. That's what he or something like that.
No, he got injured falling off a bicycle. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, basketball and shit.
She just bring your cards over here.
Yeah, I wanted to. I got some NFL ones somewhere. These are UFC.
Damn.
Yeah, he fell off and hurt his wrist while he's riding a bike.
Is he good?
Mika did.
Yeah, I mean he's only 25.
Yeah, he's young.
He had 124 tackles.
He's a fucking. He's their second best defensive player.
Oh yeah.
All right, we ready?
All right, yeah. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back.
And we're back.
Where the fuck were we?
You.
Me?
Jacob, yeah, you're talking about yours.
Oh, yeah. So the Steelers for me, this team only gets 2 wins, and I don't know why. Other than this schedule is so tough.
When are we gonna get to the easy schedules?
See, you don't find those in the AFC though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I think the NFC that plays the weaker divisions in the AFC, they're going to dominate. But with the Steelers, my wins that I have are the Falcons and the Browns later in the year. Because I think the Jets are more talented than the Steelers. Fucking, I don't know how I could ever say that, but I think that as a team,
you all wait.
overall, I think they're more talented. They're playing the Bills, the Buccaneers, Dolphins, Eagles. That 5 or 4 game win streak or 4 game streak, that's 4 L's right there.
Yeah,
They start out with the Bengals. They started out with the Patriots and the Browns. Like, I don't know. They lose every game up until week 13 for me. So they're 0-13 going into week 13 or 0-12.
It's really hard to find wins.
Yeah, you really can't find wins with this team.
So what do you have? I'm going
2-15. I had them beating the Falcons, and I actually switched them to an L.
Oh, well,
It's one of the few on here that I marked through and gave them an L.
That's one I gave them.
But
Yeah,
I very much
gave
think
them
they could beat that Falcons team.
So bad.
Team's not good.
I have them losing the Panthers too. That could easily be a win. But 2 to 5 wins is like the ceiling because
Yeah.
they're going to get beat
And
up
this is
on by this schedule.
This is what we feel in our gut. Like, based off of their roster and the turmoil around their quarterback position, like, it's the same thing with the Browns. They're a very similar team to me as the Browns, where they've got talent, but I
think the Browns are more talented.
They got to pull it together, and their coaching situation is way better than the Browns. I think that they have less drama than the Browns.
yes.
But guys like Chase Claypool, are they really going to be stepping up into their leadership role?
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
think
Mitch
so.
can find them. Like, assuming he starts, if he can find his skill positions, they're going to lean heavily on Najee.
Yeah.
And
Which I like.
yeah, I do like that too. I'm big on that.
I think
they could play with the Patriots. I think that's going to be close.
Yeah.
But I just can't. Looking down this list, like, I can't see them.
And that's the
finding
thing. They're
wins.
going to be able to steal some games. Like, there's going to be games where, hey, they probably shouldn't win this, but they're the Steelers, and they've got a pretty good.
thinking about looking at this team.
Saints might shit the bed. You know, they could maybe
They got the
beat-
Panthers.
Yeah,
I could
Panthers.
see them losing or beat the Panthers. The
They
Raiders,
might
maybe.
sweep the Browns.
Like,
They could easily
TJ
sweep
Watt,
the Browns.
DPOY this year? Is that what we're looking at?
He was already. I mean, back to back,
Yeah,
probably not. I don't know. That'd be tough.
Oh shit, he did win defensive player.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had 22.5 sacks.
Yeah.
But the teams I'm more excited for are these next two.
Oh my god, this is fucking.
This is what I actually wanted to talk about.
This
All right,
fucking. next
we're
thing.
going to move on to the Ravens. I am interested. We're going to start with Smitty here at the end, work our way down. What do you have their overall record at?
Fucking man is back. Their team is gonna be healthy.
Did you see what? I don't know if this is true. Recently,
Kyle Hamilton's already making plays. Hold on,
Does Lamar want a contract before the end of training camp?
Lamar.
I saw he was waiting. He wanted to wait.
I don't think. I think this is the best chance that they're gonna have to win. In recent sight, compared to the teams that Lamar has had, everybody's gonna be back healthy. J.K. Dobbins is coming back. Lamar is coming back. They're
Marcus
gonna,
Peters, all their defense.
like their fucking defense that
Bring
just
back Marlon Humphrey.
fell.
Oh, they got Marcus Williams from the Saints. Oh,
Like Kyle Hamilton.
damn, they're gonna be so good.
Kyle Hamilton's already making plays. I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to be late in the
They
season.
were able to get
but,
Tyler Linderbaum for literally nothing.
David Ajobo
Don't even talk about.
from the
David
fucking
Ajobo,
Michigan.
yeah. He's
Like
probably
when
gonna
he
be out
comes
for a
back,
while,
he'll be a player. His team's winning 14 games.
Oh, what the fuck?
This team's winning 14 games.
14.
I really love it. I probably got some wins that maybe people might disagree with, but they're going to split. I'm just going to go out and say it. I haven't beaten the Bengals both times. No, I don't. Okay. Splitting with the Bengals. I'm sorry. I have them.
After their bye week is super easy schedule.
Super easy. Yeah. They don't lose a game for me until the very last Bengals.
Same.
So my 3 losses for them are the Bills, the Bucks, and the Bengals at the Bengals. Mm-hmm. They're winning every other fucking game. They're beating the Jets and the Dolphins. They're beating the Patriots. They'll beat the Bengals at home. God. Giants it'll probably be 2-2. Like Lamar will probably rush for 2 and the rest of the running backs will
that's why I like talking about the more interesting teams because their schedule's so hard. They're going to be playing comparable teams.
Y'all heard the energy here. We didn't want to talk about the fucking Steelers or Browns. Get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they suck. We don't want to talk about fucking bottom feeders.
Yeah, all these games are going to be.
Yeah, these teams are going to be fun to watch and talk about all
Saints, year. Bucks, even the Jags. I'm excited to watch Trevor Lawrence this year.
I think something, and this is the Louisville fan coming out of me. I can already feel it. But we are I feel like people sleep on Lamar.
Yeah, they do.
Like he has made jumps in every year that he's been healthy. He has made jumps to be a better football player. He has made jumps to be a better quarterback. He has won an MVP. Yeah. He has done arguably more than a lot of this. I mean, like if Joe Burrow didn't go to the Super Bowl, he's done more than Joe Burrow, and we all know what we think of Joe.
Yeah, I think if you're hating on Lamar at this point,
that's what I'm saying. I think this fucking narrative that he's like that running back shit. Like he is a more like he is.
He's arguably done more with less. At the receiver position, like he's had first round picks and stuff.
He can be a top he can be a top 5 level quarterback. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if he's MVP year, I mean there was nobody.
I don't have him much further outside of the top 5.
Yeah, and I don't. And
there's really not many places you can have.
I think this is the year they're fully healthy. I think they're going to make a big splash.
Where do you have them playoff wise?
They're second. They're second in the AFC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Second AFC.
I don't believe in them that much. I think they're going to be a lot better. I think they're going to go 12-5.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So really good.
Yeah, still great. And luckily after the bye week, like we talked about,
so easy.
I think they lose that last game to the Bengals at the Bengals.
That's at the Bengals though.
And other than that though, they win from the bye week on, but they have a little bit of trouble. I have them losing to the Dolphins, the Bills, the Bucks, and the Saints.
Oh man!
So that's my 4, and then the Bengals.
We're a little bit closer on this than me and Anthony are. So I have them going 13-4. I do have them making the playoffs.
I have them making the playoffs as well.
I have them making the playoffs.
What do you have them seeded?
7.
7.
They're the last.
Very last.
Yes.
Them and the Bengals could easily intertwine.
You are really high on the AFC West, I would assume, though, just because.
Yeah, I mean it's impossible not to be fucking.
Yeah. But. So I have them going 13-4. Their 4 losses for me are the Dolphins, Bills, Buccaneers, and Bengals.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 teams I haven't lost to. I think the Dolphins are going to... We'll talk about them later, but...
Yeah, they're going to be surprising.
They're one of the toughest teams on any schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have them actually finishing as the first wild card spot. And we know why. But what about you, Cody?
I've got them 13-4. They lose the last game of the year to the Bengals, which I was nervous about, like tiebreakers, because I have them and the Bengals very, very similar. Mm-hmm. But I have them going 13-4, and they're my 3rd overall seed in the AFC playoffs.
You haven't lost to the Bengals both times?
I do have them getting swept by the Bengals, but it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I've got them losing the Bills, Bengals, Bucks.
That's crazy.
Fuck out of here.
And then have them beating pretty much everybody else. But that's what I'm saying. Looking at these games, man, like with the Broncos and Patriots, like these games,
they don't really get a reprieve either. Every single game that they go into, or like every tough game they have, comes within a few weeks of an easier game.
Yeah, and I am nervous about Lamar, his receivers and stuff he's got. I mean, Mark Andrews is going to get fucking 20 targets a game, but. Like, who even is their number 1 receiver now?
Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
And they have Devin Duvernay, too. I really like him.
Bateman.
They also got...
You're asking a lot for those guys to come.
Devin Duvernay, James Prochet.
Yeah. Prochet's been pretty good in training camp. He's trying to get a roster spot, but he's been pretty good. They picked up Isaiah Likely from Coastal Carolina. He's one of the best tight end prospects in the draft.
Nice.
He's going to be pretty good.
And like I said, they got Tyler Linderbaum for a Super Bowl contender to produce right away.
Yeah,
just makes me a little nervous. But they got J.K. Dobbins, They've got
Gus Edwards. Mike Davis from Atlanta.
Yeah. Veteran running back.
they've
And
got
Lamar's he's gonna get his.
They still got Calais Campbell, Michael
re-signed
Pierce,
Calais, yep.
Patrick Queen, Marcus Peters is coming back. I mean, you got
They got Kyle Fuller.
Marcus Williams,
Picked up
Kyle Fuller,
Fuller.
Kyle Hamilton.
Yep.
They drafted their fucking draft.
Yeah, they did one of the best drafts in the entire.
Yeah, Marcus Williams, Michael Pierce,
And they still got that fucking
and Morgan Moses.
dude at that kicker spot.
Yes.
Yeah. And they picked up a punter. They got
Don't
cheaper at the
care.
punter position as well. They're not going to be punting very much. So
No.
It really doesn't matter.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Next team.
But, yep, 13-4 for me.
You want me to kick off
12-5, right?
I have 12-5 for
And
the
then
Ravens, yes.
Anthony had 14-3. Cody had 13-4.
13-4.
Okay.
Yeah. So all about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, playoff
One or two.
contenders.
Within a
hopefully.
couple of games of each other.
Barring any injuries, any setbacks, they were the
Yes.
most injured team in the league last year. So,
Yeah, not even close.
all right. So we're gonna move on to the Super Bowl runner-up Bengals.
Very high on
excited.
this
Joey
team.
B. Yeah.
Very high on
Yeah.
this team.
Yes. All right, Renee, you want to start us off with?
I have them
Bengals?
going 14-3.
I don't think I did this
Okay.
right.
That's tough.
I have them losing. I have them splitting with the Ravens. I have them losing at the Titans late, and then the Bills, just because I don't know. They have a little bit of a tougher schedule, I think, but yeah, they're solid. I think that not only is it not a fluke that they went to the Super Bowl, I think that they have gotten so much better at the one place they needed to. I
Their
think this
offensive
is
line did,
protect-
yes. I think they are going to be so
did
much
take a
better.
jump.
It makes me think of you because whenever they drafted Jamar Chase, you were like, "That's such a dumb pick," because
Yes.
they needed offensive line help, and there was
Yes.
somebody
It
there.
bit them in the ass when they most needed it, though. Was I not right? I love Jamar, but it bit them in the ass
Yeah.
when they most fucking needed it, though. That's
It-
all I gotta
it
say.
helped
But
them
I don't even want to do that because it's fucking a general. Like that's one of the best defensive players of all time. Aaron Donald wants the ball. He's gonna do everything in his power. But
What about your record, bud? What you got?
I got them 13-4, and I need you to look at this because somehow I have them 13-4, and as of right now, they're not making the playoffs on my shit.
Well, let's see.
That's what I'm saying.
What were they
Something's
seated on
fucking
yours?
Since they've won the division, they then rank at 3.
Yeah, they're your fifth seed.
So you have them.
Yeah.
You have another 14-3 team. Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I'll
sure
help
I know
you figure it
who
out
is.
when we take a break.
So you have them. I assume everybody with me hasn't beaten the Cowboys at the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I look at that. It's at the Cowboys. I
Fuck
have
the
them losing that.
Cowboys.
And that could really change some things, but I think that was my bias coming
I have them.
out. Everybody comes into Jerry World and beats our ass, so that's probably going to happen.
I have them losing to the Ravens at the Ravens. I have them losing to the Chiefs. I have them losing to the Bucks at the Bucks, and I have them losing to the Bills.
Yeah.
They win every other game, and they just got like they got to fucking.
They really reloaded. They picked up the players they needed. Like
Yeah.
they got a left tackle. They rebuilt their offensive line altogether, and their draft was pretty good.
Like T. Higgins, you've got fucking Jamar Chase, you've got
Fucking
Joe
stole
Mixon,
La'el Collins from us.
you've got
They are
fucking
protecting that man. He is going.
Tyler
to
Boyd.
He's gonna have a much better season.
Like Jesse Bates the third, he was so good. It's so Hayden Hurst. I don't know what y'all thought of him, but
He's pretty good.
he was decent at the Falcons. Like
Yep, they lost.
Hayden-
What's his name?
Eli Apple, that's going to be their worst part.
They lost Uzama to the
honestly don't
Jets.
think he's
That's what it
bad.
was.
He's been getting cooked
Yeah, but he's
in
I'm
practice,
just
but he is going against.
I think
Jamar
they go
Chase.
out of their way to meme him because
Yes.
of everything. Like because he talks so much shit. I think they're going out of their way because corner
He got-
next to quarterback. I think is the hardest position.
hardest
in the league.
position.
And you're gonna get fucking.
You can
murdered.
almost say it's. You can almost say it's kind of. I wouldn't say harder, but like there's elements to it that are harder.
Yeah.
Because like the quarterback comes out and he's like, "Okay, I see this formation. I know
Yeah.
where you're going." Whereas if you're in man, it's pure reaction. You're not reading anything other than
Yeah.
the hips of the wide receiver.
They don't
You're
really even
reacting
play a
at
But also,
traditional
you're running
zone
backwards while like
full speed.
all-
Like it's
all
hard.
pro
It's
receivers
definitely
running
the
this way.
second hardest
It's-
position.
yeah.
in the
Teams
league.
don't play traditional zone anymore. It's mostly whenever someone comes into your zone, you take them as a man. That's what it's translated into. It's not picking a patch of grass and just defending that area.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as you pick up someone, he's yours, and that's how it goes.
They
But
This
did lose
team's
Trey
gonna be
Waynes
good.
too.
Yeah.
They
he's
lost
getting
Trey
better
Waynes.
at that. I think.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of
Just-
shit.
I'm glad no one here thinks that it's a fluke that they made it.
Oh no.
No,
That it was.
I think it
legit
was a terrible
run.
situation the way the seating was for the AFC last year. But if we're talking about coming into next year, it should be a lot more consistent, and you should know what teams are going to be in that spot.
Yeah.
The Bengals are one of those teams. I have them going 13-4.
Let's go.
The losses are I have them on a 3-loss streak against the Dolphins, Ravens, and Saints, and then I have them losing to the Bills later on in the year. But I haven't beaten everybody else.
The Chiefs, you haven't beaten the
Bills.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I haven't beaten the
Crazy.
Chiefs just because I feel like they can.
Chiefs had one of the best drafts too.
God,
Yeah.
that game last. Ooh, I
Yeah.
hope we get a.
I think that with it being in
React to that.
Cincinnati, that'd be definitely a game we should look into going to altogether. That'd
Yeah,
be
the fucking
awesome.
tickets are. Let's look at that right
But
now. Because I was
yeah.
looking at NFL tickets the
there's
other day.
just I don't know. I don't see them being much worse than they were last year, and they're actually going to be improving in record. So I have them winning their division. The tiebreak over the Ravens would be that win over Tampa Bay. I have the Ravens losing to Tampa Bay, and I have the Bengals beating Tampa Bay. So, what about you?
I got them going 12-5. I do have them losing to the Cowboys early on. I have them losing to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Then they lose to the
Yeah.
Chiefs at Bucks, and they lose to the Bills. And that's another thing. Like looking down the schedule, they could easily, Titans could be a hard matchup for them. The Saints, but I'm glad we all are on board that last year wasn't a fluke. I don't think anybody saw Joey B being as poised and commanding of that team as he was.
He's that guy.
Especially after Jamar Chase hearing the shit preseason, he was having trouble seeing the football or some shit, and then he comes out and has a prolific rookie year.
What are they looking like?
Average of $120.
That's not bad.
That's not bad,
It's not
but
bad.
it looks like they're
T.
fucking
Higgins, Joe Mixon.
filling up quick. Yeah,
Yeah, but
they're
you're going to be able to
filling
see
up
Patrick Mahomes for $120.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I'm
awesome.
about that. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
Who's their third receiver? I can't think of his name.
Tyler Boyd.
Boyd. That's
Yeah.
who it is. So yeah, they've got a fucking squad.
A track
on
squad
offense,
out there, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I fucking love it. I mean, I think this division's pretty straightforward. I mean, we've got two teams that are going
They
to
do
dominate
They do make the playoffs though.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
they make the playoffs for you?
7th seed. They're my final wild card team.
See, that's what I was
At
confused
12 and
about,
5.
but I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be my 5th seed.
So where's the Ravens for you?
They're my third.
Ravens.
So we just flipped Bengals Ravens.
Yeah, and like I was saying, the Cowboys, they're probably going to come in there and whoop our ass. And I have them losing again to the Dolphins. That could be a win, and they could. I have the Ravens sweeping them. So you intertwine switch those around. They could easily win the division too.
I think it's
Two
straightforward.
best teams by far. Don't even have to worry about anybody
Yeah.
else. So
Well, I guess
So
that
they're
wraps
handling
up the AFC North. Now we got to get to the worst division in the entire league. Probably the
The
AFC South.
fucking worst.
all right, guys, moving on from the AFC North, we're going to segue into the AFC South, the pitiful AFC South.
Duty.
All right, we're going to start at the end here with Smitty and see what his.
Division sucks. And what sucks is somebody's going to have to make the playoffs from this division.
Yeah.
That's what's really bad.
Yeah.
I think the Titans are going to take a huge step back. They're going to have a quarterback problem because Malik Willis is balling already. Derrick Henry's going to be back. He's going to do his thing. He'll probably rush for fucking 3,000 yards. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they don't have A.J. Brown anymore. That's going to be a big loss. They lost Julio Jones. Robert Woods.
They got Robert.
They signed Robert
yeah.
Woods,
They signed
I was like, Rob, that's when he said that. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't know
That's
that.
the new Robert.
Austin
No.
Hooper. That's a decent little pick.
I like it. I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to be as good defensively as they were last year. They play a harder schedule than they did last year. I mean, they're beating the Giants, but then they lose the next 3, in my opinion. They'll beat the Commanders. They go on their bye, and then they'll beat the Colts and the Texans, but then they lose fucking 5 in a row. They lose to the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Packers, the Bengals, and then the Eagles. They'll win the Jaguars, but then they lose to the Chargers. They'll beat the Texans, but then I have them losing to the Cowboys. And then they'll beat the Jaguars. But, it's
So what'd you have the record?
7-10.
7-10. Okay.
Yeah. I think even with Derrick Henry probably being comeback player of the year, I just don't see this team being very good.
Yeah.
Too many question marks. I think they are. I think they might try and play Malik Willis at some point, whether it's just coming in and running the ball or because he showed in his first game he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He looked good. So I don't know. I think they're a few pieces away from actually being good. Taylor Lewan is probably their best offensive lineman, and he's older. So
There's not really much that they're working with defensively, I think.
Yeah. I'm a lot higher on this team.
Very winnable division too.
Yes.
Very
I'm
winnable.
I'm a lot higher than I think everyone else is here, and it's not by much. I have them 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's.
I would not be shocked at that either.
Yeah, I think they're not going to be necessarily bad. I just don't think. I think they definitely took a step back versus almost every other team in the AFC has taken a step up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just going to hurt them the most.
Oh, my God.
And hopefully Derrick Henry can stay healthy, but
I would bet on it. I think it
I
was
hope
kind
so.
of just like not a freak injury, but like
yeah.
shit's gonna happen.
So, but yeah, 9-8. I think that feels pretty good. I think they win a lot of games later into the year rather than early.
Yeah, that's how I have them. I only have them winning 3 games past week 10.
Yeah, they start off 1-0 though.
Yeah. Anybody that plays the Giants is probably gonna have a win on.
So
their
how do
record.
you have them looking after the bye week, like that 6-7 game stretch?
So I have them winning against the Giants, losing to the bye week. They lose Bills, Raiders, Colts, and Commanders. They beat the Colts because I have them splitting with Colts.
Okay.
They beat the Texans. They beat the Broncos. They have a win against the Bengals late. They beat the Jags.
Yo, what?
And then they beat Texans, Cowboys, and Jags to win out.
Get the fuck out of here.
So they
They're not
they
beating
beat some
like-
good teams. Yeah.
I don't think they're a bad team, and I think they'll compete with good teams. I just think that they'll lose more of those close games than win them.
Do we think Robert Woods is going to be as good as he's been?
He's their
After
number
the
one, I hope
ACL
so.
injury.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying with the
No, I'm
quarterback.
saying, and then why he was out.
Yeah, I think that's why.
I don't think
But
their quarterback's that bad.
he's not fucking.
He's not great.
And
But I don't
Hill's
think
like
he's
the
that
definition
bad.
of average.
Yeah.
He's like right in the fucking middle of
Yeah.
average.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying, oh my God, multiple times since y'all been talking, and it's because if you look really closely, their pass catchers are fucking bad.
Bad.
They don't have too
any.
many. Like
Treylon Burks is their best wide receiver, and he's a fucking rookie.
No, I still think that Robert Woods is better just
Yeah,
right
same.
now because we don't know what Treylon Burks looks like. But what the fuck else do they have here? Their tight ends are bad. Like they've got Austin Hooper, and I literally don't know anybody else. Jeff Swain. Jeff Swain's probably their backup tight end. That's fucking terrible. So no play action. They are not going to fool anybody. They're not going to fool anybody with the play action. They're not going to be. It's going to be tough for Ryan Tannehill.
It's not gonna. It's
And
not
I think
gonna
a
be.
lot of blame is going to be put on Ryan Tannehill because of how bad their pass catchers are.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
So losing AJ Brown's going to be that big of a...
Yeah, because he was easily
so
their
long.
best pass catcher last year.
Fuck yeah.
Julio was
Losing Julio hurts.
he was hurt a lot,
But that hurts. When you have a receiving core that's this barren, it hurts.
It's so
It
bad.
fucking
Yeah, this is one of my least favorite teams. In the
it
NFL.
hurts. This is a bad. This
I'm
is
going 7-10.
that's what I got.
And real quick, currently they have Malik Willis listed as a third string.
Yeah,
under who?
Logan
Woodside. That's what I was
Yeah.
just.
yeah, that's probably
It'll move up, but
The fuck?
as of right now.
who is Logan Woodside.
Yeah, but keep going.
But I've got them losing 10 games. The wins I have for them are the Giants, Commanders, Colts, Texans, Jacksonville again. Wait, no, I have them beating Jacksonville once. Then I have them sweeping the Texans, and I have them beating the Cowboys. Just because I think the Cowboys' run defense isn't
This
nearly as good.
division's so bad.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Derrick
their
Henry go out
rush
there and
defense
go
is
for
not great
200
this
on us,
year.
yeah.
So I think if anybody's going to have a rough day against this running back group, it's going to be the Cowboys.
agree.
But yeah, that's the wins I have them.
This division fucking sucks.
And their loss to
Yeah.
Jacksonville is purely based off of my expectations for Jacksonville's growth.
That's
It's
a whole
not
year of
just
Trevor
because
Lawrence. You know,
I'm low on the Titans.
with
I
that
think
team,
that their defense isn't great. They don't really have any stars, and their offense is really bad. They're having to rely on a lot of young players. But like their most prominent player, I think, is like Bud Dupree. That's like their best player on defense. Caleb Farley's pretty
Kevin
good.
Byard.
He's going into his second year. Christian Fulton,
Kevin Byard.
Kevin Byard's pretty good. Yeah, this team is so barren. It's not fun to talk about. Yeah, that's it for me. Like I don't really do. They're not going to be the number one seed in the AFC. It's not happening. They may make the playoffs.
If we're talking about things that were a fluke last year, that's a fucking fluke.
yeah,
Like they were.
being the number one seed.
Yeah.
Like the Bills and the Chiefs didn't make it to that spot, then clearly they were They were overachievers.
I think I might be hating on this next team we're going to talk about.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm hating on the Titans. They're kind of in that category with the Cardinals, where I want them to do well. They have the means to do well, but in my head, I can't find wins for them. Especially like their schedule's not very easy either.
Yeah, that's tough.
I've got them going 6-11.
Definitely the highest on them.
Yeah. Losing to the Bills, Raiders, Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Getting swept by the Colts, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go on a huge L streak. That's why I asked, because they lose to the Chiefs, Broncos, Packers, Bengals, Eagles.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's hard to find. Really, it was hard to find wins for them. I mean, I think I have them sweeping the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got them sweeping the Jags. I thinking about it now.
So the worst team in the league, pretty much, you haven't been.
Yeah, I got them sweeping the Texans, sweeping the
Jags. Because that's
Jags.
the thing. They have a good enough coaching staff and stuff to make up for their lackluster roster.
Yeah. And I think you can rely on Derrick
There
Henry
are guys that are on this
win.
roster that are young that have a lot of promise. Like Jeffrey Simmons is going to be good, I think. Like we said, what's his name? Shoot, I lost him. Caleb Farley, Christian Fulton, those guys are going to be decent. Roger McCree is a pretty good rookie. We'll see how he does. Probably end up being their slot corner.
Yeah.
Kevin Byard's pretty good, but he's in his 7th year. I don't know, man. I don't like this team at all. I really don't like this team.
I'm not very excited for them.
I don't think we like any team in this division.
I am going to go watch them week 17.
They're so inconsistent. They have 2 kickers and 2 punters on the roster right now. Like they're tough.
I am I couldn't imagine that I'm not. I am definitely the highest on this next team.
Oh, we're on
Yeah.
the fucking Colts. I thought we were on the Jaguars. I'm in this fucking terrible ass team.
Yeah, all right. We'll go ahead and move. We'll go ahead and move on to the Colts. I'll start off with the Colts because I really think I might be the lowest on them. Yeah, I still haven't winning the division, so I've got them going 9-8.
Yeah.
So I mean that
No,
might
we're
be
good.
about
We're
whatever.
tied.
Okay, so fucking averages you can get.
So all three of us are the same.
The most average.
9-8. Yeah, you're relying on Matt Ryan.
They are average in
Offensive
every
MVP.
position except for running back and defensive
I
line.
want to know what loss
They've actually got some decent
since we have the same
So
records.
much higher.
Are you really? So they got T.Y. Hilton. They've got
T.Y. Hilton
He hasn't
is
signed yet.
old.
Yeah,
he
T.Y.
has not
yet.
played.
I'm working down the list.
He's wide receiver coach, I believe.
Who's the?
Swear.
They've got.
That's funny.
He's not even on the team.
Yeah, he's their wide receiver coach.
Yeah, he's not even there yet.
So they've got who's the Pierre? Their fucking starting receiver. I can't think of his damn name.
Michael Pittman.
Pittman. I couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a breakout season this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pittman's
I really like
all right.
Pittman.
I liked Pittman a
You got
lot
JT.
fantasy wise last year. He was good
They
enough.
picked up Philip Lindsay. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
they picked up Philip Lindsay. They've got. Mo Alley Cox was really good.
Still have Naheem Hines. They like Nick Foles.
And then if we go look at, they got Paris Campbell.
Yeah.
But if we also go look at that defense, they got DeForest Buckner. They got fucking people like fucking God, what's his name? I'm literally looking. I'm not looking at it, but I know his fucking name.
I know they don't have
Darius
Gilmore.
Hilton.
Stephon
He just
Gilmore.
fucking fell off a
Darius
cliff.
Leonard's a goat.
I missed T.Y. He was so
Darius
good.
Leonard's so good.
Darius Leonard. You've got Stephon Gilmore.
Bobby Okereke, really fucking good.
Rock Ya-Sin, if he's still on
They
this
got a nice
team.
squad.
Kenny Moore.
Stephon Gilmore.
No, they lost.
I just-
Rock Hudson's on there anymore.
He's not on
I
there
just
anymore.
think
Damn.
that I think they made a lot of
Quiddy
improvements that
Pay.
they needed. They just didn't make enough compared to.
I think they got average. They got
they're-
average.
I
Like
think
they
they're
went from. I feel like Carson isn't. I feel like Carson is the lowest end of average quarterback that you can be. They just got more average at quarterback. Like Matt Ryan is like.
That's a little
This team, though, I think during the season they're gonna have like a 2-3 game stretch where they are just fucking lighting people up. Matt Ryan's gonna be throwing.
Have
deep
them
and
beating
heavy.
the Eagles.
Jonathan Taylor's gonna rush for like 200 yards, like, and you're gonna be like, damn, they could really make a splash. And then they're gonna get just fucking blown out by the Chiefs, just blown out by the Raiders. I had them beating.
They play the
Eagles,
Patriots
too.
and the Raiders back to back. That's gonna be a hard fight.
I've got them beating you all, and I have them losing to
We
us.
all have
That
them.
could- yeah. Exactly.
Yes, we all have them losing to the Eagles, and
I think you're underrating Matt Ryan. He is way better than fucking average.
average.
He is
Same.
above
Yeah,
average.
He's
He's
like
like
good.
He's the
'Cause he's not
highest
16.
average you can be.
he's not 16. He's like 13 at worst. You know, like he's not much worse than like Derek Carr, and Derek Carr's like
No, whoa!
he's on the fringe top 10. He's like on the fringe top 10.
Invalid.
Yeah.
You were not valid with that take, my friend.
whatever.
That was
What do you
invalid.
have him going then?
You're sleeping. No, you're sleeping on fucking Derek Carr. Then
No, I'm not.
yes. How can
Matt Ryan and Derek Carr are very similar. Not similar in terms of their play style, but in terms of their like ranking in the league. Yeah, I think
We'll get to him later.
like he's better than Kirk Cousins. Is Kirk Cousins average? Yeah.
Kirk Cousins like the
Kirk Cousins? I wouldn't compare Kirk and Derek.
completion percentage. Kirk Cousins is right there with Derek Carr and them.
Derek Carr is a fucking dog.
Is Derek Carr elite? No. But is he really good?
Thank
yeah.
you. It's
not close.
It's not close. It's fucking not
Derek
close.
Carr,
You want to just look at some of this?
Yeah, all right, so completions is Derek Carr wins, attempts, Derek Carr wins, percentage, Derek Carr wins.
You're talking about last year?
Yeah, yards, Derek Carr wins, yards
Who
per
the fuck
attempt.
was Matt Ryan throwing to?
Don't give a
Calvin
fuck.
Ridley?
He wasn't
Play
there.
better.
No.
he
Play
was
better.
hurt, yeah.
He had Kyle Shits.
Gambling too.
Touchdowns, Derek Carr. Interceptions, Matt Ryan wins this one. And then sacked is actually tied. Derek Carr also
Go
rushed
over the
for
past
more.
3 years.
Derek Carr also
Let's
rushed
see the
for
last
more.
3 years.
Derek Carr's had a different offensive coordinator and coach every.
He didn't even have a coach all.
We're not doing
all
this,
last
bro.
year.
Yeah,
We're not.
Don't
We're
talk
gonna get-
that. We're not talking. No
don't.
Derek Carr slander
No
on
Derek
this
Carr
pod.
slander on this pod.
Okay.
Yeah, you were slandering him by comparing him to Matt Ryan.
By saying he's not close to Derek Carr. That's ridiculous.
28 and
That's
3.
fucking crazy.
So, Anthony, what do you have? The Colts?
9 and 8.
I have
I'm
won
not
the
an
division winner.
Yeah.
Division winner.
Yeah.
You'll see. You want to know why this fucking team wins the division? Because this division's terrible.
You
Yeah,
have
the
the
next
Eagles
two.
and Cowboys.
No, I have them lose. I have them beating the Eagles and losing to the Cowboys.
Oh, fucking course you do.
Because fuck the
Why
Cowboys
the
or
fuck
the
do I have
Eagles.
them losing to the Commanders?
Hell yeah.
And
I mean,
then
I do
beating
too.
you all?
I think I have them.
I don't know.
I have them
No, I haven't beaten the
beating the
Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah.
So I'm the only team, or I'm the only person that believes in this team. Like, I don't think they're great. I just think that they're good. I think they're a good team. I just don't think that in the playoffs that they're going to make it very far. They win this division pretty easily. I have them going 11-6.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So pretty much taking the spot of the Titans, kind of just
yeah.
beating up on
You
everybody
haven't beaten
else,
the
Yeah.
Patriots?
They're going to beat every bad team.
handling who they should.
No, they're
Beating the
not beating the
Patriots?
Patriots.
What week?
9.
Yeah, I have them winning.
What about
Dumb.
the...
You're wild, bro. I don't understand why you're so high on... I mean, I do. I don't know why you're so high on the Patriots, but...
You want to talk about a coach that isn't going to let his team be bad? You want to talk about fucking Mike Tomlin? What do you mean? When have we ever been below
7 and 9.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll see.
We'll get
No,
there.
I'm saying 7 and 9
Mac
with
Jones gonna allow y'all
before
to
Mac
win?
Jones. It was
Mac-
7 and 9. That's all I gotta
I'm
say.
very, very excited.
Highest completion percentage.
I
for
think
a
Doesn't
rookie
matter.
ever.
Literally doesn't matter.
How does that not
Doesn't
matter?
Dink and dunk.
Oh my
Dink and dunk.
Thinking
I think we
Oh
can
my
cover
God.
these next two
That's
teams
not-
together. We can cover these next two teams together.
No, we can't.
Yes, we
Because
can.
I actually,
Really?
Jags and Titans?
we can't. Y'all go first on Jags. I'm higher on
These
this team than
fucking
y'all.
teams are terrible.
No, they
the
are
only
bad.
fucking games that either of these teams win are against each other, and that's at fucking home. They're both going 1-16. I don't give a fuck.
You're hating.
First off, let's start with the Jags.
Jacksonville's so
I
bad.
like the idea of what these people have been like. What people have been doing. You know, Joe Burrow goes out and get Jamar Chase. Like I like the fact that you tried to pair Etienne with him, but I don't think James Robinson's a bad running back at all. I
I
think
don't know why he's getting so slept on.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
I think because
now
they took him, they took Etienne. They wanted to get him in there, but
Yeah.
Robinson was going off last year.
Yeah.
let's just look
That's
at
weird.
the fucking this team is going to be reaching for wins that they're never going to touch, and it's you can look at their entire offseason. They did nothing but reach. They took, I mean, in my opinion, they took an unproven number 1 overall pick. We don't know. I don't want to hate on him because he was in a doghouse, literally, with that defensive line at Georgia. But
He's
are
the
you
most
telling me
athletic
Walker's better?
player.
Are you telling me Walker's better than Aiden Hutchinson? Because did you see Aiden the other day?
Aiden, yeah, he was.
Did you see Did you see Aiden the other day? He's a monster. He's really fucking good. I mean, they took really good pieces. They still have Josh Allen. They got Devin Lloyd, who was a good pickup. They took that Chad Muma kid who slid when he was supposed to be like a really high pick. I mean, they've got they reached on Christian Kirk, another fucking reach. Their Marvin Jones is okay. Their fucking receiving core is nothing but old like first round receiver. I mean, Laviska Shenault, he hasn't been anything. Laquan Treadwell was supposed to be that dude, and he got replaced real quick. by Justin.
So how do y'all like Doug Peterson coming in like after the Urban Meyer dumpster fire?
I think
You
it's
think he
going
can actually
from-
right the ship and be like
I think he
get the most out of
It's literally
Trevor
the
Lawrence?
worst case scenario to the best case scenario.
yes, but it's not going to be this season.
That
Yeah.
exactly how I feel. I
Yes.
have him as a 2-win team, but I think that Trevor Lawrence makes a gigantic jump. I think he's so much better. I think they're close to winning a lot of these games. I think their schedule is a bit tough,
Yeah.
and especially for a bad team, they're tough.
Yep.
I think that you're gonna see that they could be good. I just don't think this is the year they
So
are.
they're going to be in games, not getting blown
Yes.
out.
Literally the-
Kind of like the Lions last year. How they were
Yeah.
close a lot of those
Yeah.
games,
What was the
even though they
record?
had a horrible record.
1-16.
1-16. What's their win?
The Texans at home.
That's it.
I haven't
That's-
beaten the Texans, and they played the Giants, so they win that.
I don't know. Because apparently Kadarius Toney's been good, and then fucking Kentucky boy
Wandale
Wandale.
Robinson.
Apparently he's been a fucking monster.
I could see the Jaguars going up to win like 7 games this year too. I really think they could jump and make a
I've got them
much,
losing the
much
Lions,
better.
Titans, but those are
If
games
Trevor
that
is
they
what
win.
he's saying, what he was supposed to be coming out, then they very well could change
Yes.
a lot of the outcomes of these games just because the quarterback play is going to be better. But I just don't see it long term.
I think the receivers they put around him weren't.
They
Christian
reached
Kirk
for
wasn't
Christian
that guy.
Kirk. They reached, in my opinion, for Trayvon Walker, and in my opinion, I think they reached for Etienne. I think they were just trying to pair him. I think that was a pair pick more than a we need this pick because James Robinson. I mean,
James, they didn't know James was going to come out and play the way he did, and then ETN got hurt. So
So I mean, last
got
season
stuck
he
with him.
wasn't crazy because he looks like he missed time.
Yeah, ETN got hurt.
No, so in 20. No, I'm talking about James Robinson.
He missed.
He missed
So
time.
he-
He was sat by Urban Meyer for a while.
Well, he played 14 games. He had 164 attempts and 767 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, when he was playing, he was good.
He was averaging a 4.5 yards a carry. I mean, but in
Go-
2020
go look at
he
the
was
stories.
1,000-yard
Go
back.
look at the stories about Urban Meyer and how much divisive garbage he added to the team.
Urban Meyer
I
is-
literally
he's
think.
terrible.
I mean, I can talk about my wins. I guess
Yeah.
I'm winning 5 games.
Very possible.
5 games.
Very possible.
And the
Yes.
thing is that because of just how much better their coaching situation is and how much Doug Peterson can develop Trevor Lawrence, I think they're going to win games specifically on that.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened the last game of the season. They beat the Colts. You know,
Exactly.
nobody thought they were going to pull that out of
Which
their ass.
is one of the wins I have for them. I haven't
Carson's
beaten the
fault.
Colts at home.
Yes.
I got to beat the sweat by the Colts. But
Winds
I
blew
very
that
could
fucking-
easily.
Yes.
Stupid.
I would be so happy and thrilled if they swept the Colts and just beat them.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But the 5 games I haven't won are the Colts at home, I haven't beaten the Texans at home, the Giants, the Lions,
They opened the season with the Commanders.
and the Titans.
Just got Carson. Yeah. them
So
with
5
John.
games. 5 games for this team, and it's specifically because they don't have a terrible coach. And they have a good quarterback.
Yeah.
That's it.
Did they
Like,
just not
Trevor
want
Lawrence
to
is the
pay?
reason
Did
win
they
these
just not
games.
want to pay DJ, or did he go out and look for the bag?
They're
Like,
probably. I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a bag. Like, he was chasing a bag. Because he went
I
to
didn't
the
know if,
Lions
like-
for like $17 million or something like that.
They paid McKirk more though. I'm pretty sure.
What about you?
They probably signed Christian and he went looking. I got him 3-14.
Okay, so I have him easily.
Yeah, I got him
beat
beating the Texans. I got him sweeping the Texans and beating the Giants. But like I said, I could easily see them going
Yes.
into Washington, whooping the Commanders, whooping the Colts, week 2, getting on a good roll. And then you start to get that talk and get the team hyped and get everybody like kind of on board.
Their litmus test is really that week 3 game against the Chargers. Like, if they're able to beat a very high level team, they're probably going to
scary.
end up with a like.
I don't know. I
If they
think
end
we'll
up with,
know
like,
about
8
this team week 1.
Yeah.
If they're able to put up a fight against the Commanders, then they're putting up a fight against anybody
Their
else.
offense
Because
has
that's
to
good
look so much
storylines
better.
and connections. Like, Dougie P, he was with Carson. Like, there's just all those dynamics and everything.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if they win
they're
those
interesting.
first 2 games, I think their entire season changes.
Yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
too. I think it's like, you
They
already.
could ride some. They could ride
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, you beat the
some
Colts at home.
momentum.
You got them again week 6. So I mean, it's like
You're
we
looking-
just beat y'all.
Yeah.
Even if you lose the Chargers, Eagles, you're sitting at 2. I mean,
2
you're
and
going to
2.
beat the Texans.
And then you're going to beat the Texans.
3
You're
and
looking
2.
at 3 and 2. You're
Like,
looking
hey,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Going
Yeah,
to
I like
the
that.
Colts.
You beat the Colts 4-2, then you're going into the Giants. Beat the
That's a
Giants
dub.
5-2.
I have them losing to the Giants. There,
I do have them losing.
You also have them losing all those games. If they're winning those games,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they turn.
The end of
they're
the
easily
end of the
winning
year
a
is
lot
kind of
these.
bad. I got to
Yeah.
lose an 8 out of 9.
Yeah.
They could easily beat the Lions, but and
Yes.
the Titans. So, I mean, shit, you're looking at 7 and 7 wins there. The Jets,
7-10 is.
I
It's
got
not
to
out of
Jets.
the realm of possibility that this team wins their division.
It's just a matter
It really
of
is not.
They really
Think
could.
It
think
is
of what
just
this
a
division-
matter on if their reaches pay off. If ETN works,
Yeah.
if Christian Kirk works, if Trayvon Walker,
Doug Peterson, I think,
works.
on there.
That's not a reach.
Getting
though.
a fucking.
That's good.
I'm not
Yeah.
a reach, but I'm saying he's going to.
Dougie P going in there, he's going to change a lot
Yes.
of the fucking shit that was
You're
going
getting
on
a fucking
there.
adult in there who, has been to the won a Super Bowl.
I think we need to get over this notion of you can go down.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to college and succeed.
Yeah.
These career college coaches, it's just there's a disconnect. You're
You don't
still
think
talking.
Saban would be
We
able
can
to
talk
come
all
in?
day about how
You're still
Urban
talking.
was.
Saban couldn't do it.
Urban,
yeah.
Saban couldn't do it.
lost
Go
some
look at
games.
Saban's record when he was at the Dolphins.
Yes.
He couldn't do it.
But you got Trevor, who's like
You
a
are used to
laid back
talk-
kid coming out and talking about.
But you were
Culture's
used to
different.
talking to
the
children.
culture's completely different.
Like that's
You're
the
able
thing.
to-
They're not children, but like
Yeah.
these aren't grown men.
Yeah.
You're not going
That
into a
dynamic
locker
alone.
room and
Yeah.
telling fucking. I mean, who is the best?
Trevor just came out of college and he's coming in saying, "There's a huge weight lifted off our shoulders."
Yeah, like
Get rid of
Dabo
him.
Sweeney, I'm
Yeah.
sure isn't the greatest guy to.
They
be
go from
coached
him
by.
thinking, "I'm coming into another college great
And they
as a
just
coach,"
went
and
into
it's
a
like
fucking-
this has been fucking terrible. Like
Yeah.
going into
But it-
quarterback
but
room
that
with
works
anxiety,
for
going
college.
into meetings with the anxiety.
That works for college. Like what they did. What
Did you hear
Dabo's-
some of the shit he was doing to that team?
That's college shit. That's college shit. He
Yeah.
went in there and tried to run it
That's
like
a
he was
big
running
indictment
Ohio
on those
State.
coaches, though, because like if there's other coaches within the NCAA that are doing that type of shit,
Oh,
it's not
happening
fair to
all
those
over
guys.
He's already
the
been
NCAA.
at Ohio State. They've already come in like
You don't think
his assistants
there's
have been involved. In
you don't
shit,
think
too.
there's
It's
a
just-
lot of shit that I'm not even. I don't even like being like this because I'm not a hater. I like Alabama. I like watching their games because they blow everybody the fuck out. But let them go 3 years without winning. You're gonna hear some shit about what's going on in that locker room between Nick Saban, and they start losing consistently. You're gonna have players come out because I guarantee you. I mean, even if you've listened to the. If you listen to if you listen to the video on why Julio chose to go to Alabama, he was even saying it. He's like, it wasn't the most fun time. He wasn't the nicest person, but
best.
he is the best person. He was the best developer for me at the time, and that he is the reason that I made it. Like that there's a different level. Like it's the same thing when you hear about the Patriots not having fun. Like there's a different level of just. I'm sure the Bulls didn't have fun. They weren't having fun. The only person on that team was having fun was Rodman.
coaching matters.
Everybody
the most.
else hated
Coaching
playing
is
for
the
that team.
biggest. It's the biggest thing in the. It's the biggest thing. For
But when
any
you're-
sport in any American sport, coaching is the one thing that can change an entire career of a player. And I think Doug Peterson is. It's like a 300% upgrade over what they had.
Yes.
Just because like they're
Any of us at this table probably could have been better.
They are like
The locker
Lions.
room would have liked us better than Urban Meyer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they are like the Lions to me. Like on the parallel, like I want them to do well.
I'd be the coolest winless coach.
Oh
I-
yeah,
I want them to
I'd be
do
the drippiest coach on the
so
sideline,
well.
not winning a goddamn game.
I think as I look at Trevor too, coming out as the number one pick, like I want him to succeed.
I don't want to see
I
him
want-
be a bust because he went to
I
a
don't think
fucking
he's-
terrible team.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a bust. I truly like.
The Sam Darnold situation over again.
He's gonna-
it's not gonna be like that.
Sam's different.
Yeah.
And we saw Sam. The problems that Sam has now, he's always had. He's always been a turnover machine. Like it's
Yeah,
just.
let's
Texans.
move on from the Jaguars.
Let's get on because
I like
They're good, but
This
they're not,
team's
they're not great.
just as
terrible.
fucking bad.
Terrible. They're way worse.
Do we
I
even-
like 3 players.
They kept Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
One win.
They got Stingley, which I really like, and then they have Davis Mills, who I don't hate.
I was gonna say, do we even need
Davis
to talk about
Mills.
this team? There's
And
I mean,
that's
we
it.
can
I got 'em
glance
winning
over.
They
it.
have no players.
I got them beating
You
the
can't
Jags.
name their players.
Desmond King they signed from the Packers.
You can't name their players.
Desmond
Is that where he
King.
came from?
If he's not, it was the Chargers.
So fucking bad.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Desmond King was at the
Lost
Chargers.
Justin Reed. They lost obviously Deshaun Watson.
Justin Reed's out there kicking fucking 65-yard field goals for the Chiefs, bro.
I think
Yeah.
the Texans are going to be like. I think realistically they should be a 1-win team if they don't just lose every game. I think there's going to be like 2 or 3 wins for them, and they're just going to blow out a team every now and then and have no reason to do it. Like they're just going to all ball out.
Who are they blowing out on
The
this?
The
schedule?
only
I
fucking
don't think
players
they
you can be
should.
excited for are their rookies. That's really
Yeah.
it. There's nothing exciting about
So you
this
don't think
team.
Lovie Smith takes them
No.
anywhere past
Relu-
No.
I have them winning one.
one? You have them what 1, 2?
Yeah, he hasn't won in one game.
One game,
Yeah.
one or two games.
What do you have him?
2.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
So they're
Because
probably
there's a reason Lovie Smith or he got hired for them because who
That was a big controversy because
Who
all
were
these
they-
other guys
no, they
who
were-
deserved a
it
They were
chance.
was-
going for Jonathan Gannon.
yeah was it who it was?
Yeah, he was.
He was
high on
from,
the radar. He was our defensive coordinator, or he still is. But
No, there was somebody that they were getting flack for that they were going to hire.
Yeah,
the assistant for the
Josh McCown.
No,
The
it
Chiefs.
was
The
it was
Chiefs,
some dude
Eric
that
Bieniemy.
no, it wasn't Bieniemy. They weren't getting flack for getting Bieniemy. Who was?
They were going at it. They were saying Bieniemy deserved it more than Lovey because his tenure with the Bears. I mean, that was the last time I think he did anything, and they're like, "Why is Lovey getting another shot?"
It wasn't.
It was kind of just. It was a weird hire for sure. But
Hold on.
Davis Mill though, that he got that neck on him.
This is so bad.
About the
I fucking hate this.
They signed Marlon Mack as well.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I
matter.
think he's just Like it's just an old signing. They have
Royce
Rex
Freeman.
Burkhead, old
Rex Burkhead.
it's just
Marlon, wasn't he the backup at the Colts?
JT. Yeah, he was
okay.
JT's back.
That makes sense.
They got Andy Janovich,
They're not.
Philip Dorsett.
I was trying to say they're not terrible.
They got John
They're
Mechie.
terrible.
I like John Mechie.
They're really bad. But I think
Brandon Cooks is always good too. He's slept on,
fucking
so I
horrible.
mean,
Cooks is great. I think Stingley's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, we really don't have to talk about this team.
That's it.
I have 2 fucking wins.
yeah, I'm sorry, Texas fans. Y'all
It's
are gonna
crazy
have to-
because I have them beating
go through it.
the Giants and the Jags.
I haven't
And
beaten
the team that I want to talk about even less is the Giants. They're fucking
Giants and Browns. I have them
fucking
winning,
terrible fucking team.
and they could easily lose those games.
Yeah, same.
I could see him going in and just bullshitting the Bears.
Yeah, bro. Because even when
At
I'm,
Soldier
Yeah.
Field, winning something crazy
Yeah,
like
pretty
that.
cool. That's
just-
what
even
I'm
when I'm
saying.
sitting
I
here
don't think
looking
they
at
are.
it, they're talking about this because his hiring came super quick after the shit with the
Brian Flores.
yes
Yeah.
that shit came out. They were going to hire somebody
I'm pretty sure it's
that was unqualified and they were getting flagged for it. But who cares?
I
This
thought
team
it was
fucking
him that was
sucks.
unqualified
Fucking
because
So now we're going to the AFC East.
The best
We
division,
want to the AFC.
Oh, you think this is the best division?
the fucking best,
No,
Wow,
it's
boy.
really not.
best.
all right, guys, moving on. We're moving on to the AFC East. Really
Let's
awesome division. I'm so excited to talk about this division.
Go.
We're going to start here at the end with the Dolphins. Smitty, what do you have the Dolphins going?
Fuck the Dolphins. It's fuck every team in this division. I just want y'all to know, except for the Patriots.
You're a hater.
No, fuck them. I'm going 9-8. That's probably a little low, but
All right, that's not as bad as I thought you were.
I-
Yeah, that sounds bad. Really?
this is going to be a fun topic because me and this motherfucker over here
What?
get into this
What'd I do?
every day.
I think it's
we get into
interesting. I'm
this.
excited for
This team is interesting. This defense is good, but at the end of the day, that man ain't that man. He's not. Tua isn't it.
Get on with
You
it.
hate
Let's see what
everybody
you
that
gotta
everybody
say,
else
bro.
hates. It's just like
Let's hear what you
Baker,
gotta
No,
fucking
I
say.
don't.
You want to talk
the
shit?
Jets.
The Jets are not good.
Alabama
Leave the Jets
quarterback.
The Jets are not good. Okay.
You probably posted that video of Tua's throw.
He did.
Gary fucking seen it.
to me.
Guaranteed.
It's
I sent it right
I bet
there.
he
He was like, "Yeah, that's
No, because that's
fucking
his
representative
that's his
of him.
fucking end all be all. He'll see a
Unbelievable.
clip from fucking practice where he's throwing on air and if the ball looks amazing and he's like, "Oh, look at this!" But when I send the same thing,
Yeah.
like, "Look, this motherfucker's whiffing already," he's like, "Oh."
I mean,
it's-
if you want to come at me, we can do it this whole segment.
okay, all right.
Let's just get it over with, bro.
Let's
Come on.
just go on and do it.
Let's do it.
We'll start with where Tua is good.
Okay.
I like that he's accurate. I wish he was as mobile as he was in Alabama because when he was at Alabama, he was actually kind of a fucking wizard with the shits. Like, I like him. I think the injury kind of robbed him of some of. Can you fucking stop?
It's okay.
The injury kind of robbed him a little bit of his mobility. I think the accuracy's still there. I don't like. So this is what I'm saying, and I hope people that watch this are smart and understand what I'm saying here. I don't like the match of the receiving core that he has and his ability.
I don't understand that take at all.
It's so fucking bad.
It's so wild. Now listen,
How would you be
Listen.
upset with having 2 4-4 burners?
he can't get the ball
Tyreek
there.
got 4-3.
He can't get the
I
ball
watched
there.
Tyreek take fucking slant routes 80 yards.
Listen. I'm getting there. I'm trying.
Okay.
I acknowledge that. I actually saw something the other day, and they said that Tyreek Hill is going to lead the league in touchdowns from yards after catch, and it was touchdowns from passes caught within 10 yards. They said he's going to lead the league in that. I fucking agree with that.
Was that a knock on Tua trying to be funny?
No, that's not a knock on Tua.
Is it a 32 of 40 with 200 yards?
You fucking were talking about dinking and dunking with Mac. We're going to talk about this.
That's his specialty.
What do you have as a record?
9-8.
That's pathetic.
That's not pathetic.
That's not.
I've got him 9-8 too.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
We play the AFC West this year. Remember that.
I know.
Okay, so I'm curious. Do you have them against the Patriots? What do you have?
I have us splitting, but I also have us. And you can hate me on this because this is their only goddamn loss on this paper. But I also have us beating the Bills at home because we beat them at our house or their house last year. We beat them at their house last year.
Isn't there like a word in between like the first two words of our title, like the name of our podcast?
I don't want to fucking hear it,
like
Mr. Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
Can
I fucking talk? No, I'm joking. But anyways,
it's a modifier. That's what it is.
Tyreek Hill has been the best deep threat in the league since he came in the league. There's nobody that can run the deep ball like him because he's so fast. I don't like the matchup because I don't feel like when they need to do that, because all teams are going to do is play up. That's all they're going to do. They're going to play up. They're going to sit on the run. And then when they get burned, is Tua going to hit the pass? That's what I'm worried about.
So
he can make the passes.
It becomes more of a timing. It's
I just don't
getting
think
out of your hand quicker.
Yes, I think teams are going to play up. They're not going to let Tyreek and Jalen get these things. They're going to play a lot of zone, play up. Fuck it, because they don't believe that Tua can make the deep ball. And I understand that. I'm okay with that. If he shows them all, I am okay with being wrong. Because if he shows them wrong, they can win every one of these hard games on their fucking schedule. They can beat the Ravens. They can beat the Bills. They can beat the Packers. They can beat these hard teams if Tua can make these throws. But I just want to see if he can make the throws. I like their defense.
So Tua is your biggest question mark.
Tua is my biggest. Same thing with the Eagles. Can Jalen make the throws when he needs to?
I think they're very comparable.
They're very comparable teams. They're very comparable set up. I think the receiving core for the Dolphins is better. But that's just because Tyreek is a one.
All right, do we need a reprieve in between mine and your takes? Because Brendan, you'll probably bring the temperatures down a little bit.
Okay,
I'm not hating.
Let's see what you got. I'm not hating.
I have legitimate questions.
Okay,
we're actually a little more similar on this.
Yeah,
I got them going 11-6.
11-6.
I think adding Tyreek Hill is crazy. It can't hurt your team. Regardless on how much I believe in Tua or not.
So it's being framed as is his skill set doesn't match the quarterback. They'll fuck.
I like Chase Edmonds on this
transcend
team.
Very much so.
I think it's such a good fit.
Good receiving back. Good.
It was so perfect for what Tua was going to do.
Change of pace back. Yes.
If they play back and Tua is, or if they play if Tua is struggling to make those deep passes, he's got Chase Edmonds there too.
Mm-hmm. I like the team. I don't hate the team. I just don't.
They got Terran Armstead to protect Tua too.
Yeah,
I like that.
I really like what they did this offseason.
Quarterback play is everything. We watched the Colts be really good last season and lose it all at the end of the season because the quarterback play was not it.
Tua is easily the question mark. I like the comparison between Tua and Jalen, except for I believe in Jalen a lot more.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I do see
Jalen has the intangibles to win. Yeah. That's the thing that's the difference between Tua.
I think he has a physical set too.
I'm not even talking about physicality. When I see Jalen play, I see somebody
with command of the
offense who can sit, who is not scared. Not necessarily saying Tua's scared, but I don't see the things that I see from Jalen. I see Jalen out there and leading the team. I don't see that from Tua. Mm-hmm. I just don't think he's it. I don't
think he's that guy.
They are fucked because I don't think he's going to be that guy, and they could make a play with the shit that they have because with the picks, but they lost one because of.
How do you have them making the playoffs?
I don't believe so. I think they
at 11-6. You don't have them making.
It's going to be so hard to make the playoffs.
Okay. What about you? You don't have them making.
I don't have them making
because
the playoffs.
Remember I had the Ravens at the 7 at 12-5. So they're
okay. That's what I could remember. So that's kind of the barrel
phone
5 for you. Okay. All right, so what do you? I think you're the highest on them.
Yeah,
actually,
I think
so.
that they're far better than a lot of people are giving them credit for, and if they put it together, they could be even better. Than
I'm liking them a lot more.
12-5, they don't win their division. I have them sixth in the seeding for the AFC.
Yeah.
So their losses for me are clearly against the Bills, the Bengals, Vikings, Chargers, and Patriots. I haven't losing to the Patriots once just because I feel like the Patriots are not bad. They're definitely going to take a step back.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. But
we have the same amount of wins, except for the only extra win I have is at 49ers.
I'm about to say I have.
Okay.
That's my only extra win.
Beating the 49ers?
No, I have the 49ers beating the Dolphins.
Okay,
that's why.
Same here.
Yeah, that's why I have them.
But the thing is that
they got a hard 3-game stretch.
They literally
4 or 5
upgraded at every position.
actually.
They were able to get Melvin Ingram. They were able to bring back Xavier Howard and what's his name, Byron Jones. They were able to get him back on the roster still. Yeah. There's some guys that are younger that are going to be coming into their own, like Christian Wilkins, Jalen Phillips, I think is his name. Yep. Yeah. He's a second-year player out of Miami. They really stacked up at their running backs. They picked up a bunch of fucking players. They got Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Sony Michel.
Mostert, one of the fastest.
Yes. Yeah.
He's been injured the past 2 years, though.
Yeah.
He's they're in their ACL injuries. This isn't.
They upgraded I'm not end and receiver. They got Tyreek Hill. They picked up Cedric Wilson. Yes. Preston Williams is on the team now. Jalen Waddle's still he's like a French.
They will be.
Player
I think they'll be a dink and dunk team this year, just because of how fast they're going to be. It's a lot
of.
It's going to be a lot of speed outs. It's going to be a lot of slants. It's going to be a lot of screens. That's where they're going to make. If they run their offense like that, if they're running a lot of screens, a lot of quick outs, a lot of slants, things like that, rub routes to get people open, they're going to be a scary team. Because
with the 9-8 record, do you think that's their ceiling?
No. I think
it's really dependent on how you feel now.
I want to see Tua. I want to see Tua when they're stacked and they're not letting the slants and the quick outs and the screens go. I want to see Tua make the deep throw. And I'm not saying he can't, because that throw. I don't want to be one that harps on college, but that fucking throw to Devontae Smith to win the championship was beautiful. Mm-hmm. If he can consistently do that, this is. My dark horse last year to win the Super Bowl was the Colts. I was like, they could put it together.
We're on the same page about that.
This is my dark horse, and I don't like admitting it because this is in my division.
To make the playoffs.
To win, if they could put it together the way that defense is built and the way that offense is built, they could win a Super Bowl. Yeah. It's just a matter of because if we're sitting here, the way that I look at it is if we just want to stay in division, if we switch Josh Allen with Tua, that's a Super Bowl team.
They're easily the best team.
If you switch Tua with any of a top 10 quarterback, that's a Super Bowl team. That's how I see this team. It is purely, is Tua going to be that guy?
Yep. Pretty good.
What do you got,
Cody? I've got them 9-8. I think 10-11 is their ceiling, but they lost Will Fuller, he's a speed guy, burner. So they replaced him with Tyreek Hill. I think it is going to come down, like everybody else is saying, to Tua. The defense is going to make him make plays. Yeah. But the additions at the running back, Chase Edmonds, safety blanket out there for him. So I think he's going to be fine. Jacoby Brissett's gone. I don't think he has that shadow of
Teddy Bridgewater's behind him though. So if they do have a significant drop off at quarterback play, they've got a decent quarterback to come in.
Yeah. But Jacoby was viewed as a starter on the league. He doesn't have that shadow over him. Mm-hmm. He's handled the press really well too. These questions he's been asked, I think he's this is my team. These guys are believing in me. Yep. And where did their coach come from?
Oh, the
Niners.
He was the Niners.
Yeah,
he was the Niners offensive coordinator.
It's that McVay tree. Yeah, the Shanahan-McVay tree.
You're giving him Waddle, Reek.
Now, something that you said is him handling the press well and feeling that the team is around him. I do think that's going to be a major help because it was very documented that Brian Flores did not want to.
They wanted. They were entertaining Deshaun Watson.
They wanted. Not even that. And this isn't a knock on him, but they wanted. Brian Flores wasn't even going to be there. It was going to be Brady and Peyton. They are actively
That's
paying.
A whole different story. That's tampering shit.
They are actively paying for tampering. They were. Yeah. We were very close to it being a Sean Payton.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think you give him. He's going to scheme well. You give Waddle and Tyreek in motion.
I think this team can be dangerous.
It's going to be a fucking lot to handle.
And I'm very excited.
I do not have.
So I'm the only one.
Yes.
Or do you have them make?
I don't.
So you don't have them make.
They just missed.
The AFC is so fucking stacked.
That's
You have them making the playoffs?
yeah, 16.
I would not be surprised. I'd actually be
They're so
very,
good.
very happy for that.
They're so talented though. Like even the players that don't really pop out at you, like they're very fucking good. Like veteran players that they brought in.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes with the Dolphins. I think that they're far better than a lot of mainstream press is giving them, and even y'all are saying that like
They
at the
spend
worst,
money though. They went
at
out
the
and
worst
got
they're
him.
9-8, but like at their best they could be like a French Super Bowl team. That's a pretty good barometer for them.
I believe it.
All
All right, we're gonna move on to the Jets, a team that a few of us like, a few of us don't like.
I feel like this is going to be like a pretty consistent one. I think.
Yeah,
They
they got
meme about this team like, oh, we really like them. They're going to be undefeated.
This
No.
team's not good.
I don't think they see. I think what I like a few players.
This team will be good in 3 years.
They always have players that I just fucking I wish were on other teams.
Yes.
Like LaDainian Tomlinson late in his career. Darrell Revis. I was off
Bell.
Darrell Revis. Like
Le'Veon Bell ruined his career
they
there.
they have players everywhere, but it's just like I just don't see them. I guess I'll start. I have them 5-12.
I like that.
Same.
So I
same
think
me.
that's pretty much their ceiling. They might be able to. I've got them losing to the Patriots. I actually had them. Where do they play them again? Yeah, I got them getting swept by the Patriots, which that might not happen.
Yeah.
Their schedule, man, is just rough. They start off with the Ravens, Browns. I actually have them losing at the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a pretty good win.
Yeah.
Losing to the Bengals early on. The only wins I have them beating the Steelers at home, like at the Steelers, beating the Bears, and then they go on a 3-win streak at the end of the year.
Same.
Okay.
So Jaguars, Seahawks at the
So
Dolphins.
you
I
have
actually had them.
Okay.
They
I
could
have
easily
losing to the
lose that
Dolphins.
game at the
I don't have
Dolphins,
them
but
losing
I
to
got
the
them
Dolphins.
beating the Dolphins at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think Salah's the answer. I really don't. He kind of seems overwhelmed. Did you see what the fuck that happened in y'all's game the other day?
Preseason game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They got a little some
Yeah.
fuckery
They
going
got
on.
scrappy players. I think he's coaching like scrappy play.
Yeah, it's just
But my
He's
God.
from that 49er tree, too.
Yeah. He's I think
I just think he's a little overwhelmed with what
the
they
transition for the NFL right now is a lot of offensive coaches are becoming head coaches, and Robert Saleh, he's like the defining force for a defense, and their defensive personnel isn't great. They did pick up Brendan's probably favorite player in the draft, Sauce Gardner.
Easy. Easy.
He's
I think he's going to
amazing.
be. He may be a Pro Bowler his first year, maybe even a second team All Pro.
He's that guy.
He'll definitely be first team All Rookie. Yeah, they got Breece Hall. They maybe had the best draft in the entire league.
I love what they
They
did.
got what's his name, the defensive end,
Jeremiah Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson. my bad.
Jermaine.
Yeah,
Something
they've got a lot of young players that are coming to their own too, like Quincy Nelson or Quincy Williams. My bad. There's a Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen.
It's Quinnen.
They quit. It's both.
It's both. So
They
they're
have
on
both.
the team.
They're brothers.
Okay, yeah.
How do y'all feel about Joe Flacco? The rumblings of him and all the hype he's been getting is
I think
still
He's
being-
playing because
Yeah,
he's going to play.
He'll
Zach
be out
Wilson.
2 to 4 weeks, I think it said. So
Yeah.
he's going to see at
Yeah.
least the first
He's
few games.
probably going to have to play.
You think Zach gets that spot back if they go out and actually upset the Ravens?
I mean,
That's a good storyline. He's going back and facing his old team week 1.
you remember the press around Mike White last year when he was dominating when he came in?
Mike White was balling.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's going to be one of those high turnover, like, it takes a while to get it together. type
It's
of players,
hard.
I think. But his upside's so good. Like, he's athletic and he's able to make the most out of a bad situation. So, I don't know. I think that they're going to be decent.
I think if they do pull off a few of those upsets, they let Zach kind of heal up a little bit. So
I guess I'll go next.
It's going to be
So
interesting.
I'm saying 5-12 as well. You had 5-12 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of talent that is kind of like they're just young. They're a young team. They've got Elijah Moore. They got Denzel Mims. He's been kind of in and out of the organization, but like if he can come in and get his shit together, he should be good. Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I mean they've got a decent roster, but the wins are not there. I haven't beating the Browns early on, where you had them losing to them.
Same.
I haven't beating the Steelers.
Same.
The Packers, or no, not the Packers. What the fuck?
That Browns game's a toss-up.
So I haven't beaten the
Really?
Browns, Steelers. Let's go Bears, Jaguars, and Seahawks. Those are my 5.
Okay.
But they're the worst teams on their schedule. There are games I think they could win. Like I think they could beat the Packers just because their offense is going to be so good.
That's great.
And
I hate the Packers. I still don't.
Yeah,
like
worst
that.
team in a pretty good division.
we
Like,
should be
it's gonna
talking
hard
more
to
about the
find.
Jets' defense at the end of the year. And if that's what happens, we're going to see them 7, 8, maybe 9 wins.
I think they're a few years away.
Because they're talented enough on defense to make it.
I think
years
they're
away,
a few
bro.
years away. They're really young. They're going to play really young. I mean, Elijah Moore's a second-year player.
They picked
Zach
up Quan
Wilson's
Alexander,
young.
too. Didn't even see that. C.J. Mosley.
But
If they do fall off, though, I think they'll be looking at
I have them
quarterback
3 and
again next-
13.
in the draft.
I have them
Very
3 and
possible.
13, and this is before
3 and
injuries.
14?
Yeah, 3 and 14.
Yeah.
Like, something that's big is Mekhi Becton's going to be down almost all
hurt,
season.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
he fucking broke his kneecap.
I know, dude.
Zach Wilson's
can't catch
hurt.
fucking
There are
break.
players out there for his replacement, like, with their connections.
Greg Zuerlein,
Yeah.
like, that's going to be their
They'll
kicker.
be able to
He's
get-
hurt.
Pick up players.
Vinny Curry, I mean, he's going to be a rotation defensive player. Like, he's hurt. Like, they're hurt.
Yeah.
And I just, like I'm saying, I just don't see the wins. I don't see where I can give them wins. So I have them beating the Bears, the Jaguars, and the Seahawks. That's it. Those are the worst 3. They went 0-6 last year in the division. They didn't win a division game last year. They're not going to this year. They were 4 and 13 last year. They're not a good team. Like they will be a good team, but I think they're going to have
It'll be
I think
a few years before they're
few years, and I
that
think
spot.
this Zach Wilson thing getting hurt is going to hurt because if Joe Flacco comes in and he's playing good, you have the question now. And the question when you drafted that quarterback, there was already questions in like the preseason, like not preseason.
I think
but,
just
like,
because the aura around him, like a Super Bowl winning quarterback, seeing he's playing well in practice,
yeah, that can be argued
that
he's
he's
one of
been
the worst Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
you can.
ever.
But also, I don't think that means much. I mean,
You think so?
we
you
would
think,
see it if he has to play early. We'll see what the hell he's about.
I mean, we've seen Jet quarterbacks come in for Zach Wilson and play better than Zach Wilson. I just wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
What about
they,
you, Brennan?
they could very possibly be looking.
I think
draft.
You're easily the highest on this team out of all of us.
Yeah,
I think.
they're dogs.
Yeah.
I think they had easily the best draft this year. And I
They're
think that
in the
that's
top
going to really turn their team around. I think 7 wins is. I have them going 7 and 10.
Yeah.
And I think that they could win more. I think they could split with the Dolphins, possibly. That puts them at 8 wins. Because I haven't beaten the Browns, the Steelers, splitting with Patriots, beating the Bears, beating the Lions, Jags, Seahawks.
See, the Lions is another one. I was wondering where you had them.
Like, none of those, I don't think any of those teams are so much better than the Jets.
They're gonna be in those games for sure.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
think that those are easy, and then they could sneak out a couple extra wins. I think it's.
You think there's a chance they beat the Ravens week 1?
No,
I don't think so.
0 chance.
I don't think so. I'm really high on the Ravens more than I'm
I like the Ravens too.
down on the Jets.
No,
Like, I think the
I don't think this team is very good.
2 right off the rip.
I think when I
Two ain't bad starting off for
I
the
know.
Jets team. Doesn't sound bad.
Yeah,
what 2 wins are they winning?
Steelers, Browns.
No,
Steelers and Browns are terrible.
That's at the Browns too. They're gonna go in the dog pound and
Good. They
Nick
can't wait.
Chubb's
I hope
going to
so.
rush for 400 yards that game.
And lose.
No,
It's gonna be crazy.
I got
No.
them losing. Yeah, I got them losing.
they're
We'll
the
see.
Steelers. I'll give you that's going to be a closer game than the Browns, but I still think the Steelers
I
pull
agree.
it out. I don't have them winning a game until the Bears.
It's fair.
They don't
Damn.
win a game until the Bears.
You got them at the poverty.
But look at their
bottom.
schedule, though. They
It's
got to
almost
play the
up.
Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Packers, the Broncos,
At
the Patriots,
Broncos,
the
at
Bills.
Vikings, at Bills,
Like that's
at Dolphins.
then to come from a bye and go to the Patriots. Like
It'll be tough.
that's hard. It's that this team
Belichick
isn't a
owns
cl-
young quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
He's not going to let Zach Wilson come in there and do that.
So I am excited to see this next team. Because we have talked a lot about these 2 teams. What about the Bills? I feel like we actually don't have a whole lot to say about them. Even though
They're fucking.
we almost all have the same record for them.
So I'll start. I have them going 16-1, and the only loss is at the
You
Patriots.
know how hard it is to do. I mean, I have them close, but fuck, just saying that sounds like no way.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
does
way.
because they
Mine's
play the
even
Rams week 1
Yeah, mine's even crazier. I have them going 16-1 and losing week 1
to the Rams,
and then winning out.
Yeah, I mean that's very well possible.
Yeah.
I see that more than I see us beating them at home.
I
Like
just
that,
don't
that,
know.
I really do. We beat them at their house, whether the weather was shit or not. We beat them at their house last year. I'm taking into that. Like
We
will.
We've talked about a lot of these teams being like, I can't find the wins. I can't find the losses.
Yeah, it's so hard.
I just can't.
Chiefs maybe,
Bengals maybe.
Bengals maybe.
At Ravens.
At Ravens, man,
Yeah.
that's going to be a fucking dogfight.
Yeah.
The Rams is going to be a fucking dogfight at the Rams.
They got
The thing
the
is they play a lot of their hard games away because they had to
Yeah.
go to the Bengals, to the Ravens, to the Chiefs, to the Browns.
Week 3 at the Dolphins is rough for the Bills. Just
I think-
that Dolphins heat.
Yeah, I think Tre'Davious White's going to be back. That's huge. I mean, another year of Ed Oliver, who's been good. Like, I mean,
Diggs
they
is
got
that guy.
fucking Von Miller.
Signed O.J. Howard.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I think the biggest thing that we're not that people may be sleeping on is we watched it. That game against the Chiefs, we watched it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him step into the for me, I feel like I saw him step into the I am of this level. I should be regarded no less than the level
He is the
of
prototype now of what
Yes.
you want as a quarterback.
big, strong quarterback that
Who
can
can
move, run.
like
Where do you have them in the playoffs? Number 1?
Number one, AFC
Oh, yeah,
champs.
we're 16-1s. Of course, we're 1. What about you all?
they're my number 1 seed too.
Yes.
Yeah,
AFC
You
champs.
can talk about.
Yeah, I'll go
talk
next.
about it first, yeah.
I got them going 15-2. I got them beating the Rams week 1. That could flop
Yes.
easily. That's going to be a fucking
So easy.
game, man. I get so excited.
Might be
The only 2 losses I have
points.
them are at the Ravens and at the Bengals. But
And these are all very fair.
Yes.
I mean, they play at the Chiefs. Arrowhead's going to be fucking popping. That's going to be crazy. And we've seen what the possibilities of a game between them two can do. 50 plus points. I think Josh Allen transcends this year. I mean, we'll get into that later,
Yeah.
but I think he's going. This is his
Stephon
year.
Diggs, Gabriel Davis
Von
came
Miller,
on the
they've
scene.
signed. I think he's
They
going
got
to.
James Cook in the draft.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yep. They lost Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley. I mean, a couple of receivers. I mean, like you said earlier, fantasy guys think a lot of times Diggs is going to be a
Kyer Elam.
but-
They drafted Kyer Elam from Florida.
Yep. Got O.J.
the
Howard
corner?
from
They
Yeah.
got,
Tampa.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
Jamison Crowder.
They're solid everywhere.
Yes.
There's really nothing that you can point at and be like, this is where they're bad.
Yep.
They're good everywhere.
Even
don't
Singletary, who's not considered to be even up in the upper echelon, he's consistent too.
But they got James
They
fucking
got the
Cook.
punt god. They got Matt Ariza.
Yeah.
The punt god.
Oh,
is so
80,
much-
yeah.
yeah, he's a beast.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't-
These teams are
17
predicated
and 0.
on quarterback play.
17-0.
17-0.
Book it.
You look at the quarterbacks he's got to
name's
face in his
play.
division. He is
what I'm
clearly
saying.
and by far the best. The only one is Tua, who's even close. I think they run away with the division and make a splash in the playoffs.
All right.
Same.
So I'm the lowest on this team out of all 4 of us, but I still think they're easily the best team in the AFC, like overall. I have them going 14-3. Their losses are a little bit different from y'all's. I have them losing to the Vikings,
Fair.
the Patriots on the road, and then I have them losing to the Dolphins at home.
It's so hard to go to Gillette and play. I mean,
Yeah.
whether the team is great or not, I mean, it's so hard to go to Gillette and play.
But y'all's losses are definitely like where I'm at with if they do have any fuck ups through the year, or they have like a game where Josh Allen isn't at his best. Those are the teams I think you'll lose to, just because like those defenses are very clearly some of the best in the NFL. Like I think they could lose to the Chiefs. I think they could lose to the Packers. I think they could lose to the Rams, obviously, but I haven't beating the Rams. I don't know. Everything y'all said about this team, I agree with. I think that they're top to bottom the most talented within their division. They have the best quarterback in the division. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They have one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
To me, the only real question marks I have about this team is their defense. And it's not their defensive backs. It's mostly their linebackers. And even then, they got really good. They picked up Von Miller.
Tremaine Edmonds has been good.
Yeah,
he's been a
um,
leader in tackles almost every year he's been in the league. That's a big thing that I didn't know.
Jordan Phillips going in. Yeah,
I mean, they got those safeties, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Like, I mean, I'm not hard pressed to say we might see history with this team this year. That's how good this fucking team.
This is one of those teams where, like,
losses
if you look at their schedule, they're capable of winning every game on it, but they're so fucking tough.
They changed the
The
playoffs.
Rams, their first game they
For
could
them.
lose. It's
Are they
just-
going to be like the Bucks? What last year or the year before, where they're favored in every game?
maybe?
Has to
Maybe
be.
except at the Rams.
Maybe.
That's
I-
maybe the only one.
I'm glad we
We can
spit
check
that
the-
because I'm looking at it. The over under right now is 11.5.
That's crazy.
Hammer the fucking over.
That's crazy.
11 and a half.
12 games is a lot to win, but I am very much.
That's why
This team is very easily a 12-win
It's
team.
hard to find the losses, but
Yeah.
I mean, winning 12, 13, like consistently, it's very hard.
We'll
to
look
do.
and see what.
All right, Brandon, what do you have them?
What, the Bills? 16-1.
So you have them 16-1. You have them 16-1. You were actually the lowest on them.
Yeah, 14.
Okay, I was trying. I forgot what everybody.
Number one
was.
seed, number one seed, number one seed, number one seed.
Number
Yeah.
one.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they were.
I just think it's more realistic to say
11
that they're
and
going
6
to lose some of
last
those
year.
games because
yeah, same.
16-1's tough. Like that's tough for like. There's not many teams that have done that in the history of the NFL.
So
So.
this is just looking at the betting
That
thing.
means Josh Allen's playing at that level, though.
This is why I think they're probably going to be really good because their key losses were Cole Beasley, Levi Wallace,
Emmanuel
and
Sanders,
Darrell
and
Williams.
Darrell Williams. That's about
Do
it.
y'all know any of them?
I know Sanders.
Well, yeah, but
about it.
Sanders isn't even on here. Cole Beasley, Levi Wallace, and Darrell Williams. Their
Darrell
additions:
I think Cole Beasley was only good because
Roger
What was this?
Saffold,
That's fair.
Jamison Crowder, and Von Miller. Like
Yeah.
Roger Saffold was a
Yeah.
Pro Bowler.
Yeah, so they're
Offensive
gonna
lineman.
be really good. All right,
That's-
we're gonna go ahead and transition into.
I'll kick this one off because I don't have a lot to say.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not very excited about this
He's a
team.
punk ass
The-
bitch.
Other than Mac Jones, I don't really like this team. I don't think anyone's necessarily bad.
You
I
all
just don't
spent
think-
money on nothing.
Yeah, I just don't think that they excel anywhere.
They have
Like-
the most expensive wide receiver room in the NFL.
Drafted
So
two
crazy.
or paid two
No,
tight ends
those
and then
guys
went
are
out and
good.
drafted two. I don't understand what y'all.
I
I don't understand what that is either.
You
So-
let go of your best defensive player. Go ahead, Brandon. I'm
All
sorry.
right, no,
I have them going 6-11.
please, yeah, y'all go.
6 and
'Cause we're gonna be here for a
6-11.
while.
I'm not.
Go.
I'm like right there too.
Go.
So.
6-11. So
No.
that's it. That's kind of all I got.
Smoking
I just
dick.
don't think that they're.
Do you want to go last?
You think?
year?
Okay, big
All right.
question. Do you think this is one of the last years? Okay, we'll say last year. Bill Belichick.
Yes, I do think this is his
You
last
think he
year.
retires?
Maybe a couple.
No.
maybe
He's
two.
70, bro.
Colin
No.
Coward, that's one of his biggest predictions. Is that
No,
the-
Colin Coward's a fucking go. Please get your shit.
I'm just
I didn't even know that, but that's
Yeah, that's one of
fucking
his-
funny.
Colin Coward's a fucking idiot.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll go next. Okay, I have them 7-10, and they beat who they're supposed to beat: the Lions,
Run that
Browns,
shit.
Jets,
I can't wait.
Raiders, Dolphins. They
Talk
beat who
about
they're
receipts.
supposed to beat.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've got a decently hard schedule, man. They've got the Colts on there.
Got the
Packers,
hardest
Raiders.
schedule in the NFL.
Okay, where do you think they're?
I'm with y'all. Trust me.
You let
I
go
got
of
the
J.C.
shit.
Jackson, Kyle Van Noy, fucking
Kyle
Shaq
Van Noy's
Mason.
back. I'm pretty sure.
He's gone.
No, I'm pretty sure.
It's
Somebody
got
came back.
Devontae Parker, Malcolm Butler, and Trent Brown are your biggest acquisitions.
Yeah, Malcolm Butler.
Devontae Parker is your number one now.
Kyle Van Noy went to the Chargers.
You let N'Keal Harry go.
Oh, you traded.
We let N'Keal Harry go? That's a fucking loss? No, bro. Come on. Y'all finish y'all shit. 'cause
But I'm
about to
saying that was your
score.
number one, and you picked up Devontae
No.
Parker.
N'Keal Harry has
you had to have
never
fucking
been the number
Devontae
one.
Parker. Out of your own division, like
I'm okay
it's
with
fine.
that. I am. You don't know
7-10.
how bad.
We're gonna end with him because it's
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
you don't make it. They're not making the playoffs, are they?
Absolutely.
No.
7-10. I would hope not.
Yeah.
Watch.
See, the thing is, y'all are way worse on them.
Unbelievable.
I have them 10-7 just because they're the Patriots. But
I don't think.
Just
Yeah,
because they're
I
the
think
Patriots?
it's possible.
just because they're the Patriots.
Yeah, I think they could win 10 games.
I think it's
possible. Yeah, they're.
They're
I
not
really think they
very
can be
good.
worse than this.
Yeah.
They're one of those teams where I'm like, I'm buying high and selling low, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's the way to put it. But their wins or their losses I'll have against the Dolphins that are week 1 against the Ravens, the Vikings, Cardinals, Raiders, Bengals, and Bills. They lose 5 times within their last 7 weeks. So 10-7, they don't make the playoffs. There's nothing exciting about this team other than Bailey Zappi from Western Kentucky.
I love that guy.
That's
But
like the most
he's
exciting
gonna
thing.
literally not play at all.
And
dumb.
we have receipts. I have receipts about you talking about that draft y'all had. Let's not fucking start this, okay?
Our fucking draft is actually paid off.
Oh, yeah?
Cole Strange is looking really fucking good. And so is Tyquan
let's go
Thornton.
back and look at what you said about Tyquan Thornton and Cole Strange. Let's just. Do you want to drop that? Do you want to start this shit?
No, I hated it. I am fucking
right.
coming out. I'm about to air myself. Can I go?
Yeah,
Are we ready?
You can
It's
go.
all
This
you.
team
All
is
right.
fucking trash. They're
Let's
not going
fucking
10-7.
go.
They're going fucking 5-12.
Yeah,
Let's
this
go.
is a motherfucker that thinks Jalen Hurts is going to lead a team to a Super Bowl. All right, come on now. Let's
Talk
fucking
about
get
bets.
it.
Do you want to do a bet?
No,
Who has
I got to
more
bet
wins?
with him because he
You wanna-
really pissing me off with this shit.
We can do the bets.
We'll
the bet for
figure
the
it out.
Jets. I bet the Jets have a better record than y'all.
No, the deal. You taking that too?
The injuries is the only thing now.
No.
Literally last week I would have taken it.
Put 20 on it right now.
20 on it.
We can do more. I don't care. We can do
But
it.
that'd be me going against what my predictions are.
All right, well, just go on.
All right.
Talk about
Do your thing.
So-
record. What you thinking?
I have 12-5. I think that can vary. That is pipe dream.
Wild.
I am. It is wild.
Wow.
But
Did I hear that right? 12?
yeah, 12-5.
Bob.
That I
When's the
think
last time they won 12 games?
fucking
Brady.
yeah, the
Brady.
year before. Okay, 2-3 years ago, like that.
Before we even had 17 games.
All right,
Jesus
listen.
Christ.
I think
in 12 games.
I think we have some very clear wins. The fucking Jets. This is the thing: is they have the Jets winning a division game. That's not happening. We're beating the Bears. We're beating the Browns. We're beating the fucking Steelers. We're beating all these bad teams. I even have us beating the Vikings, which is going to be a dogfight. The Browns are not bad. They just don't have a quarterback. So, therefore, they are going to lose. We're going to lose to the Bengals. We're going to lose to the Bills once. We're going to split with the Dolphins. The Raiders will lose to. The reason that I'm high on this team is because I think Mac Jones, as a rookie, was one of the was really good. He was a top he led all the rookies, which I don't think the competition was great for rookie quarterbacks last year, but he was still leading in pretty much every category that matters. He had he wasn't a scrub, 3,800 passing yards and 22 touchdowns on 67% completion.
Didn't he get worse?
Percentage. That's what he finished with.
Well, didn't he start off super good? And
Yeah,
just
because
got worse?
we were fucking. We won 6 games in a row.
Yeah, so I don't like that about him either. I don't want to see a quarterback get worse as the year goes on.
Yeah, but our fucking receiving core is better than it was last year. It is. That's just the fact of the matter is we had one of the worst receiving cores. We were one of the worst receiving cores in terms of separation. The only thing that we had to rely on was the fact that our run game was so good and our defense. Our defense, we signed Mac Wilson from the Browns, who's a good linebacker. We signed Jabril Peppers, who's a good safety. The defense is going to be okay. It's always okay. The defense is always going to be good. We're going to run the ball. We have a 3 staple of running back that is going to be really good this year. Damian Harris was really good last year. Ramondre Stevenson showed that when he plays, he is good. J.J. Taylor showed that, we lost James White, but J.J. Taylor can do the same things that James White was doing. I'm not saying he's as good, but he can do the same things. We're going to get the same replication. We've always been a heavy 2 tight end offense. That's the only reason I understand us drafting 2 tight ends, even though we went and paid Hunter Henry and fucking Jonnu Smith. I couldn't think of his name. I didn't like our draft picks. I didn't like them at all. I was confused as fuck. They're paying off. Cole Strange looks fucking good. In the time that he's played, he looks
I have no
good.
issues with y'all's offensive line.
Taekwon Thornton
We're talking about
has
anything
looked
on the
fucking
team is
good.
offensive line and maybe the running back core, but that's literally all I have any faith in. The defense is going to be good, but it's not
quarterback
going to be
I do,
great.
tight end I do.
Who's going to be calling fucking plays?
It doesn't matter.
Who's going to be calling plays?
So,
And
right
the
now-
team went in the same amount of games you do the Eagles, and you won't bet me 20 on that.
I just did. What are you talking about?
Do you have the Patriots winning more games than the Eagles this year?
No. I don't think the Patriots are going to win more games than the Eagles.
You have them at the same record on your
You
predictions?
have an easier schedule. Yeah, I said this was a pipe dream. This was super high.
Okay,
We're going to
we
move
should
on
acknowledge that.
to the best division in football.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Get more?
I'm so over
Do you
the
have more to
Patriots.
say about the Patriots?
I think everybody's sleeping. That's just all I got to say.
I mean,
I
I
think-
think there's going to be a lot of dinking
6
and
and
dunking.
11's bullshit.
10 and 7.
You lost
10
Rex
and 7?
Burkhead, man.
What
That is
position?
your
What
bruiser.
position
Our
in the
fucking-
playoffs? What position in the playoffs?
I have
do you
them the 6th seed at 12 and 5.
Nobody has to make the playoffs except for you.
Yeah, that's at 12 and 5.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Bill Belichick will get a lot of fucking credit, though. If they
I mean,
take
that'd be
we
awesome.
act like we've ever been we were a 10-win team
the-
last year
in
with
the
a worse
AFC.
team.
Yeah.
We were a 10-win team last year with a worse team than we have
in
this
the
year.
AFC with every team
Went
we're
to
about
the
talk
Bills
about,
and beat them.
with every team
Like
we're about
this-
to talk about getting better.
The Bills
Yeah, we
are
just
far
had-
better than they were.
They
last
are,
year.
and I agree with that. But we still have to.
Y'all are not beating the fucking Bills, man.
Okay.
We just talked
Not
about this.
happening.
Every team in the AFC got tremendously better.
Yeah,
Except for y'all.
The Patriots did not get tremendously better.
yeah, but
All right, guys, moving on from arguably probably the second best division in the AFC to the best division in football, period. Best teams, most excited
I
for.
had so much more I could have said.
So much more you could have said about the Patriots, but I don't know. He's the only one that really cares about that shit.
I'm the only one that fucking knows.
All right. We're going to start with the Raiders. We're going to start with we'll start with Jacob. Actually, we'll start with the.
So for the Raiders, I have them going 12-5.
That's interesting.
I do have them making the playoffs. There's only 2 teams in this division I have making the playoffs, unfortunately. So the last time that we've seen a team or a division win 10 games, like have more than 3 teams win a division,
the AFC North?
Have more teams within the division win more than 10 games was last year. That was like the earliest it's been, but I don't know of any other time in the recent memory where 3 teams won 10 or more games.
I think it was the AFC North.
Really
maybe.
fucking tough to think about. Like
Steelers, Bengals, and Ravens.
every single team in this division I have winning more than 10 games.
Yeah, maybe around like Andy Dalton's time.
Yeah,
you have them all winning.
Every single team in this division I have winning more than 10 games.
Yeah.
The Raiders I have at 12.
My lowest record for this division is 12-5.
Wow.
That's fucking
I love
crazy.
that.
So my 5 losses are at home or on the road against the Chargers week 1, on the road against the Chiefs week 5,
Same.
on the road against the Broncos week 11. Week 13 I have them losing against the Chargers at home, and then I have them losing to the Rams. That's all the losses I have. So they get swept by the Chargers. They have so many good players on their team now. They added I think this is clearly the team that locked and loaded the most of any team or any division in the league. They got the most additions across the board.
Yeah, I'm looking at there's a lot.
Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones is the one that's most slept on.
There's so many
Nobody's
fucking
talking about
players
that.
they
Re-signing
added.
him. Like,
He's just older.
Kenyon Drake is coming back.
But
so good.
They got Matt Collins. Matt Collins is a fucking stud. He really killed it for the Dolphins last year. Hunter Renfrow's still a beast. They got DeMarcus Robinson. They're deep at their receiving core. Yeah, I love this fucking team. I love this team so much. They're so good. Yeah, but I have them at the last spot and making it into the playoffs. Watch out for Max Crosby and Chandler Jones really fighting for...
you got the Raiders making the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Interesting.
I think those 2 are really going to be battling it out for defense.
I'm going to be rooting for them every
They
single
may
week,
both
man.
go
Every
15 sacks.
single week, I'm gonna be
They
rooting for
both
them.
may have 15 sacks. They're going to be
Crosby,
some of the most
yeah.
prolific rushers in the league. It's really going to
That takes such a burden off Carr, too. And then he's going on offense. He's got his buddy Devontae over here, Josh Jacobs.
If they can
who's
build up a
fucking
lead
decent.
and just go after the quarterback with those 2, it's going to be a tough out
Dude,
for...
covering
any
Hunter
week.
Renfrow, too, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
And the thing is,
Dealing with
they
them.
could lose. They could definitely beat the Chargers in one of those weeks, just because the Chargers have been inconsistent. But yeah, they're going to beat every bad team on their schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Brendan?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have them a little higher than you. I have them going 13-4. I think that they are the most improved team
In the
I think-
in the West or in the league.
in the league. I think what
Oh, sure.
their signings was the best. They had the best all season.
Yeah.
The defensive pickups, like we talked about, Chandler Jones, I think was huge and not talked about nearly enough. And giving Devontae Adams to the Raiders with Derek Carr, they already have been working out together for the past 6 years, is what I heard.
Went to college together.
Went to college together. Like,
He turned down the same money, or
Yes.
arguably more money from the
Yes.
Packers to go with Carr.
Yes.
And, yeah, it's going to be incredible.
So
Everyone-
crazy.
every single person.
Just
in the
seeing
league-
Adams in that black and silver, man.
Yes,
it's-
everyone in the league thinks he's the number 1 receiver. He went to a quarterback who is on the exact same page as him.
elite. I don't want to hear it. Derek Carr's borderline elite
Yes.
or elite. He
Yes.
is slept on
He is
so bad.
easily the most slept on quarterback. I think this team is my dark horse to win the Super Bowl, and they
cool.
do make the playoffs for me at the 5 seed.
So they're your first wild card team.
They're my first wild card team.
Yeah, 13-4 is really
It's
tough.
so hard picking wins for these teams because
Oh my god.
I
Ugh,
like doing this
is so
subjectively,
fun, man.
doing this without
Yes.
bias, doing this without anything. It's so hard because they all have to beat up on each other,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of want to have them split,
Yeah,
but also you're like, damn, like they're a little better. Like you know what I mean? It's hard to find wins for this team. It really is.
Yeah.
Or like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
against the teams in the division because they're all so good. All of them got better
You
too.
want to talk about yours then?
Yeah, I'm probably the lowest on them if I had to guess. I've got them going 10-7.
Okay.
I have them missing the playoffs just because of everybody else in the division. I really don't have anything to say about it. I mean, they lost Zay Jones, Casey Hayward. They lost a few pieces, but the people they replaced him with, I mean, Devontae Adams is huge. It's absolutely huge.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr is a bona fide number one. He has Hunter Renfrow, probably top 3 security blanket in the league. He's already shown that. I think they're going to. Josh Jacobs.
They're deep at their receiving core. Keelan Cole's good. Mac Hollins is really underrated.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Robinson.
They got Mac from you all?
No, he was with the Dolphins last year.
Mac,
but he was so good with them.
But
God,
I don't know. Josh Jacobs, for whatever reason, people are saying stay away from him. He's not
10 touchdown back every year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it
so
either.
good.
I like Josh Jacobs a lot too, but nothing else really to say about them.
Anthony
I would
Stone.
not be surprised if they did take that leap, though.
Yeah.
It's just so hard with this division.
Yeah, Mac Hollins is like a 5th receiver, had 4 touchdowns and averaged 16 yards a catch with the Dolphins last year. So what do you have for?
I'm going 12-5 and missing the playoffs just because
Wow.
this division is so ridiculous. Like I said, I'm going to go on and preface it by 12-5 is the lowest record I have for this division.
When's the last time
Yeah.
that happened? Was it the Patriots of Mac Castle, I think, that went 11 and something
Yes,
and missed the playoffs?
I know exactly what you're
11-5,
talking about.
I
It
think.
was
That's
11
probably
because
gonna
that was
happen this
fucking that was the year that Brady tore his ACL
Yeah,
at the
that's-
Ravens.
That's probably going to happen. I mean, put your
I'm just
money
sitting
on
here.
that.
I know I've been kind of quiet. I've been sitting here looking at the over-unders for this division. They have the Raiders at 8.5, and they have the
That's
same
the highest.
question I do.
What's
I
that?
love their offensive. I love their offensive additions. I love their defensive positions. But in this division, can you cover the receivers you're playing against?
Oh,
You have to go to Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy, who is healthy now. And now you have it's Patrick fucking Mahomes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Travis
you're betting
Kelce.
on-
I mean,
You're
dude,
betting on the
it's
quarterback.
shootouts. Yeah, you
Like,
look at it,
it's-
it's going to be shootouts
Like
every
it's
week. But
are you going to be able to?
I think Derek Carr,
defensively,
yes.
can they handle it?
well,
And
it's
their
gonna be-
personnel at that. Well, they have like Cravon LeBlanc. Oh
It's
my
not-
God, their corners aren't that.
It's
great.
not
I mean,
great.
You don't really know their corners.
that's what I'm saying.
They're not
It's
big
not
names.
great. And
That's
this, they have the
always
same
been
question.
That's
I
their
do.
question, though, for a
Meek
while.
Robertson,
Their
Darius
defense.
Phillips, they're really going to be battling it out through the preseason to see who the starters are going.
Like it's
It's going to be tough. It's really
it's
gonna,
so hard, and that's why. I mean, I have them going 12-5. I have them losing to us, which is like the only real loss that I really would switch on here. Because I think they're going to lose at the Broncos, they'll lose at the Chiefs, and they'll lose at the Chargers, winning the respective home games. That's pretty much how I have this division going. But man,
I mean, even beating the teams they should beat, even if you split the divisional losses, they're still over 10 wins.
yeah. Well, they're 12-5, and even if I switch it, they're 13-4.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
that's incredible. I mean, I'm so excited, dude. Derek Carr.
That's what I'm
Derek
saying.
Devontae is gonna
Derek,
be a
Hunter
fucking
Henry,
show every week.
Darren Waller if he's healthy,
Waller.
like Josh
Darren
Jacobs and Kenyon Drake.
Waller.
I mean, like this team's ridiculous, man.
How do
I
you
don't.
cover everybody, man? Derek Waller's.
That's what I'm saying. Is and that's really the question. The only two teams that have the ability to cover are the Chargers and the Broncos.
We're going to talk about them.
Like
We're
it's
gonna talk about 'em.
are we,
I think I
Can
got a pretty
these-
high take on some of these teams. I'm right there with you, man. It's going to be awesome. It's hard though.
I'll start with the fucking Chiefs too. I guess
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I like them 13-4, division winner, and third
Division winner.
division winner.
Okay.
So if we're just looking at it, they got that dude.
Yeah. Hey,
It's so hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
and it's like I wasn't big on Juju. If you watch,
like he's up there.
like if you watch the last episode, I wasn't big on Juju when he was at the Steelers
Yeah.
being the number one. But now he's back to being the number 2, possibly number 3, because I've heard Sky Moore is good.
oh, I heard Juju's the number one by
Well,
a pretty large
I'm not
margin.
I'm not thinking of him as the number 1 because of Travis Kelce.
That's fair.
When I'm thinking
He's
of,
established
if I'm
himself as a
yes,
good receiver.
like
He's
if
gonna be that
if
number
I'm
one receiver.
when I'm thinking of them, their clear number 1 target's Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Like I'm not saying comparative to wide receivers, running backs. Like who is getting the ball thrown? He's getting 15, 16 targets a game, and he's going to bring
It's coming from
13
that
of them
dude. It's
in,
coming from the
and he's
dude.
going to get 110 yards and a touchdown. Like
Yeah.
that's just Travis
he may
Kelce.
be up there in terms of breaking the record for most catches in the season.
Like
that's how I feel about it.
It's like they had one of the best drafts. Like fucking
I would bet that on Mark Andrews before Kels.
Mark Andrews is in a fucking Lamar's always loved
Yeah,
tight ends,
And I
even
think
back
he-
at
and-
Louisville.
Yeah, and I think
he made
losing-
Cole Hicatini look good. Do you know who that is? Exactly.
Yeah.
Cole was
keep
a
going.
monster.
Where do you have their
Chiefs.
losses? What do you have their losses at?
Chiefs. They're losing to the Bills, at the Chargers. They lose to the Rams, and then they lose at the Raiders.
Do you have them beating the Bucks at Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that could very well change because that.
Yeah.
But these are flip flops. I just don't see it. I don't see them being anything less than a division winner, in my opinion, and that's hard because this division's crazy.
Yeah, the Chiefs. I think they struggled last year early. I don't think they have that same problem. Even losing Hill, picking up Juju, I don't think that's a really, really big downgrade. But I think that Mahomes actually steps up a little bit more here. And I actually have him going the same as last year. I have him going 12-5.
I like that. I don't hate that.
Yeah, I just don't think that, they definitely didn't improve this offseason for me, but they didn't fall so hard that I don't believe in them. I feel like the Green Bay did. They didn't fall on that level versus I believe in.
I think people think
Mahomes.
Green Bay fell a lot worse
It's
than
because
they did.
they both lost their number one
Yes.
best receiver, one of the best receivers in the league. Both of them did.
Yeah.
I think that's where they try to supplement. They went out and got Scantling. They went and got Juju.
Yeah.
They
And
signed Justin
But
Reed.
these teams
That's
are.
nobody's talking about Tyrann Matthews gone.
Yeah.
No one's talking about Tyrann Matthews.
But they signed Justin Reed.
But that's why they went out. Their offensive line problems. They went out and addressed that.
Yes.
They actually went out and addressed.
They got Trent McDuffie in the
problems.
draft,
Yes.
who fucking slid.
And I think
George
Juju's been
Karlaftis
super underrated.
Slid.
I think just because he wasn't great on the Steelers.
Juju's
people are acting
problem-
like he's awful. He's not awful by any means.
Juju's problem was he wasn't AB when AB wasn't there, and they
Yes.
were like, "Fuck him."
Yes.
They
Yeah.
He was more of a distraction with the Steelers. They were kind of iffy on his antics.
I just
So I like this Chiefs team, and I ended up having them. They're the 6th, so they're the second.
6.
Yeah,
I like it.
What you have their wins at?
I like it.
12-5,
12
or
and 5.
their losses is what you mean.
Yeah.
I have them losing to the Chargers week 2, lose to the Bills, They actually lose to the Chargers both times, lose to the Rams, lose to the Bengals. So they lose 3 straight there, and then went out.
Nice.
holy shit. Okay,
Yeah.
So they have a tough part right here.
they do. That is tough because I
And
have
then-
them losing both those games, but winning at the Bengals.
Yeah, but then they had the Broncos next, and if you're high on the Broncos,
Man, you could
that's
argue-
four teams that could really just
This
give them a
fucking
loss.
division.
It'd be
dude.
hard to find a harder
This will be.
6-game stretch, especially or 7-game stretch before a bye.
This might be the
Yes.
single greatest division play the NFL has ever seen.
Yeah, easily. I mean,
Like-
look what they
If
went
the
out-
records
we'll
turn
talk
out
about it
even
with
what
the
I have
Broncos.
them, it's the highest winning division ever.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so I've got them at 13-4, and they're
Love that.
actually my 5 seed in the playoffs.
Oh, cool.
So, but I've got them losing at the Bucks,
Mm-hmm.
at home to the Bills, at the Chargers, and at the Broncos. But same deal. I mean, it's going to be hard to find losses for them. CEH is coming back healthy. You don't really like but
This motherfucker, bro.
So real
But
quick,
I said he was a flex, and he was a fucking flex.
So
That's all I
think-
have to say.
I think
he
there's
got drafted. He played on my team, so or his team.
Yeah, 2 running backs in this division both have one big problem. Eckler's not nearly as good as he is in fantasy. He's good, but people think he's like the best because of how good
Because
he is
of
in fantasy.
fantasy, yeah.
Same as Clyde Edwards. I don't think he's nearly as bad as people think because of his fantasy.
I was just saying in
hard to
terms of
share
it's a
stuff, but
flex.
he-
He was
yeah.
with all the options that team has. There's plenty of
He
options.
does what they need him
Yes,
to do
that's fine.
perfectly.
Yeah,
on
but
that team.
that was what I was saying.
That's like you
It's
said. Why
number-
would he want? Why do they need it? Why wouldn't you want to go to a team like that?
I would, yeah,
I-
where I
I
could
like that it's
just
gonna
touch
be-
the ball 3 or 4 times and still win a Super Bowl. Like,
Hey, I heard they might go back for Kareem Hunt again since he's wanting to be traded.
That would be astronomical. Someone needs to go out and trade for Saquon
They
Barkley.
got Ron,
Yes.
they picked
Please,
up
somebody go
Ronald
out and
Jones.
get him. The
Yeah.
Bills.
Ronald Jones is on the Chiefs right now.
Ronald
let the
Jones
Bills
is
do
on
it.
the Chiefs.
Rojo's on the
Yeah.
Chiefs. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Bills. Somebody go fucking trade for Saquon Barkley. Get him on a contender.
The Bills
please.
is I've seen are the favorite for Kareem right now. Like that's
That'd be
where he's
dirty.
most likely
So
to
nasty.
go.
That'd be dirty. All right, so we'll move on to Russell Wilson.
He ain't even
Oh,
good.
shit.
I didn't need to go.
Yeah, what's your Chiefs? What do you
My
think of the
bad.
Chiefs?
I am the lowest on them out of everybody.
Wow.
I have them at 11 and 6.
Isn't it cool seeing, I'm really down on this team. At
11 and
wins.
6. Yep.
I mean, yeah, comparative
It's
to what
crazy,
they are
yeah.
and
Missing
what they've
the
been.
playoffs.
11 and 6, missing the playoffs. It's kind of bad. But
It's
anyways,
not happening. I don't think so either. But
That's kind of
It could.
their losses,
It could happen.
their
It could
losses
happen,
make
especially in this
sense.
division. It could
Their
happen.
losses make sense though.
Yeah.
At the Buccaneers,
Mm-hmm.
Bills, at the Chargers, Rams, Bengals, and the Raiders.
Yeah, I could see it.
So, like, I don't think it's out of the
Niners should
question.
give them a game at home.
This could easily flip. This is the toughest division to predict.
Yes.
If I had to guess, they don't miss the playoffs. Like, realistically, they don't. But
the problem with this division is it dominates out of division.
yes,
That's
it's
what
within
makes
the
it
division
so
where
hard.
like those games matter the most. And
Oh yeah, that's going to be prime time. Every fucking time they
Oh
play.
yeah, every one of these games is
divisional
going to be a
is
prime
gonna
time game.
Prime time.
okay, well, we can move on to the Broncos. I just
You want to start with the Broncos?
yeah,
I want to go last on the
that's
Broncos.
fair. Go ahead.
Hating ass nigga.
I just hate that I have them out of the playoffs. It's really tough.
10-7.
Yeah, moving on to the Broncos, I have them at 10-7.
You got them going. They have a tough stretch there at the end.
Yeah, because they have the toughest part of their schedule at the end.
Yeah,
at the end of the
okay.
year.
I think I had them losing the Cardinals.
So I have them losing at the Raiders, at the Chargers. I have them losing at the Ravens. I have them losing at home to the Chiefs. Have them losing to the Rams. I have them getting swept by the Chiefs just because they don't beat the Chiefs. And then I have them losing to the Chargers both times as well.
No,
So their division record is actually the worst out of any of these teams. I think they lose every game except for one within the division for me.
Yeah.
Their only win within the division is against the... Is it the Raiders? Yeah, against the Raiders. And that's in week 11. So I think they definitely were the most improved team in this division just because of their quarterback. That literally alone makes them far better. But I think Russ is only worth a couple extra wins, especially against against these...
From Drew Lock to Russell Wilson.
Thank you. That alone,
Yeah.
Jerry Judy being
Weigh them
healthy.
against the
Like-
additions
They
for
did
the
lose
other
Tim
teams.
Patrick, which sucks.
Weigh them against the additions
Cortland
for the other
Sutton's
teams.
going to be healthy.
I don't see them being
Jerry
very good.
Judy,
I don't see them being very good.
No.
Like super good. Like a lot of people have them
Melvin
in the Super Bowl.
Gordon's still there.
I don't have them doing
Javante
shit.
Williams.
Oh, they lost Melvin Gordon.
They
No,
took
they
him.
re-signed him.
Yeah.
So, Cody, what
It
do you
says they
got?
lost Melvin Gordon. So where'd he go? I'm interested now. Where did Melvin Gordon go?
He's on.
Yeah,
he
I-
already signed, yeah.
Yeah, I saw you already signed as well.
Yeah.
But, Cody, what do you got? I'm going.
I've got them going 13-4.
Yeah,
And there you go, my
I think that's great.
sixth
I get it.
seed in the playoffs. Defensively, they were really fucking good, and I mean Russell Wilson putting the ball in his hands. The defense isn't going to have to be on the field
This
as
is
long.
instantly better.
Yes.
It is instantly better.
They were in talks. Like you asked, what the hell their problem was? It's the quarterback.
quarterback.
Yeah.
It's the quarterback. I mean,
Quarterback and their fucking receivers weren't healthy last year.
I didn't know they lost Melvin Gordon, but I mean they still have Javante Williams.
Yeah.
He's still
Everyone.
there.
Yeah, I really didn't know, but I was thinking that two punch
He's
back with
still
them.
Yeah.
This says they lost him. So, I mean, I don't know what the fuck y'all are saying, but
Yeah, he got resigned.
so they had that.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
they
have.
had that two-man punch with them.
Let's see.
Randy fucking Gregory,
Yes.
who the Cowboys fumbled.
Yes.
Yep.
Alex Singleton from the Eagles. I mean, I know it's not a big thing, but
Yeah, but
Alex was good for them.
Yeah, they lost Noah Fant, but I mean,
That is something I actually didn't realize, like, how important that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
like
think
Noah
Noah Fant was a
Fant,
big,
Yeah, they re-signed him.
okay.
a big loss.
Well, this
It's
fucking
okay.
thing.
They got Melvin Gordon.
My-
Oh, he left.
KJ Hamler's still there too. He's pretty good.
So, what do you got, man?
I got them going 12-5 and
Yes.
7th in the AFC. Now that is obviously with me saying that the Patriots are 12-5
Yeah.
as well because Patriots are 6. But I'm pretty sure I have every team in this division splitting divisional
makes sense.
divisional games because these I just don't see it, dude. Like I think a big thing that we're sleeping on is like if we're talking about defenses, the Broncos probably had the best out of all 4 of them. Maybe not now with the additions that the Chargers made, because I think the Chargers have the best division in the league in this division now.
Yeah.
Like they have the best defense in this division. But with the addition, like they already had Bradley Chubb, who missed time. Patrick Surtain showed that he was worthy of his draft spot. Like Jerry Judy's going to be there. Cortland Sutton's going to play full time. They have a quarterback that's competent. They have 2 running backs that can run the ball. Their offensive line, they beefed up their offensive line with just little picks. Like it's not big, But these are little pickups that are going.
Dude, Russell Wilson's going to be so rejuvenated too. Just
Russell Wilson doesn't have to run for his life anymore. He can sit back. He can throw to receivers. And I'm not saying he didn't have competent receivers because him and Tyler Lockett was one of the most dangerous combos in the league. Yeah, and DK. Yeah. Like I'm not like I think
Lockett's one of the most slept on receivers in the league. Yes. Period.
Yeah, Lockett was his number one target when he was there. He loved Lockett the most. It's just
I don't know, Russell Wilson, man, going to a team that was already
set that has
got everybody.
If we're talking about it before this offseason coming into it, like they probably had outside of I don't know because the Chargers are such a fucking talented team.
Nathaniel Hackett wasn't he a quarterback coach for?
Yeah, he was the quarterback coach for Aaron.
Was he Aaron? Okay, so I mean that's like a fucking match.
I think that was their power play to try to get Aaron to go there. But
yeah,
it really didn't work out.
It doesn't matter because now you have the quarterback coach for Aaron. Well, we know Aaron was good. Yep. Like the quarterback coach had to have played in that. Now he has Russell Wilson, who is also a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Like
Russell's played in a Super Bowl.
He's played in
Aaron too. So
he's played in big games. He's been there. He's gotten worse teams farther.
Yes.
This is arguably one of the most talented teams he's ever played with. Maybe not as talented as that Legion of Boom, but the Legion of Boom was older when they were winning games. Yeah. They were seasoned. They had been there. Like this team is young. He'll be there for a while. I expect this team to be good.
All right, do you have to make the playoffs? Did you say that?
They're the seventh seed. They are the last team in.
Got you.
I got this team losing a lot of tough games. I have them losing pretty much every tough game. I only have them going 7-10.
That would be a fucking disaster.
It would really have to be a disaster.
But that would be a disaster.
So the losses that I have, Colts is questionable, super questionable. I get that. Raiders, Chargers.
But you have them winning against the 49ers.
Raiders. Which is another team I think they could lose to.
That's a tough team. Yeah, tough
Ravens, team. Chiefs, Rams, Chiefs, and Chargers. So I have them losing their divisional games and then losing just like a couple games out of the division.
Yeah. I mean, I had one win within the division. So
yeah. So I just think that their schedule is just so tough. And I think this could completely flip. I think that they could very much win this division and even like go to the Super Bowl. But my predictions
that's
is that
a big flip
don't.
from 7-10.
Yeah, I know.
So they're
and it's that.
Are they your dark horse then, or like are we all? Kind of
I don't know.
I think dark horse is the Dolphins.
My dark horse is definitely the Raiders. But I think that the Broncos could be super good.
I don't think that's a dark horse. I think they're very
every single team in this division could win the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Every team is capable.
They're really just going to beat up on each other, and that's the only thing that's going to hold them back. It's just a matter of which teams we think are the best within the division. Yeah. You don't like the Broncos. Yeah. I don't like the Broncos.
I think the Broncos just fall short.
Yeah. I like the Raiders. You like the Raiders.
Yeah. I got to win the same amount of games as the Jets.
I think it's been reiterated so many times, though. It's like we all believe they are fucking
like
good.
The Chiefs. I have the Chiefs missing the playoffs. How the fuck does that happen? It's just like, come on.
It's very questionable.
It's a very tough division.
I mean, I was looking at something the other day, and I gotta find. I'm gonna try and find it while we're looking here. But they predicted that all of the wild card teams were like every team made it, and all the wild card teams were this division.
Yeah,
it would not surprise me. I mean, I have three, which we're gonna get into. Okay, so we'll move on to the Chargers. I guess I'll start with the Chargers. Okay. They are my third team out of this division to make the playoffs.
Yes, same.
And they actually are my 2 seed. I think they are going to win the most games in this division.
We are all in tandem.
We're all in agreement here?
I have them 13-4.
So 13-4, 14-3. Well, okay.
Second seed.
The only losses I see them at the Chiefs, at Arrowhead, at the Raiders, have them splitting, and at the Broncos. And it was hard to find any other losses outside of that. We're just going to get into the additions because it is absolutely crazy that they went out and did this.
No, it's fucking ridiculous.
Fucking Khalil Mack.
Yep.
They took your all's best defensive player, Jason Jackson's on that team. Yep. They re-signed Mike Williams, which was big because he thought he was going to go chase a bag. They kept him and Keenan Allen together. It's just going to... And they didn't really lose. Okay, so they lost Brian Bulaga. I mean, that's someone to protect.
Justin
Herbert, but I also think Herbert's up there with Josh Allen, just going to transcend this year. I think.
Yes.
I think Justin Herbert
5,000 fucking yards last season.
Yeah, but I think he is going. He's my sleeper for MVP. Actually, I'm really big on Justin Herbert. Justin Eckler in the back's a dog. I mean, just touchdowns. It's hard to find any fault with this team actually, and I think they're gonna run it. They're gonna run shit.
I don't think
they could easily fucking just. Pull away early with this division.
5 and they're 13-4, but the Broncos are on a 7 seed, bro. You fucked this up again.
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
Nothing.
You did your numbers wrong.
Yeah.
You had the Chargers Broncos being the 7th seed when they're 12-5, and the
Not on the paper on that. I changed it on there.
It's fine. It's fine. Just keep going.
It's okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're my second seed. I think they're
They're the second seed in the AFC.
in the AFC.
Yes.
I'm very,
That's what I
very
have.
high
That's what I have
on
next,
this
yeah.
team. And we'll talk about that
They
later.
got Zion Johnson as a
Playoffs.
rookie. They picked up. I mean, they still have Rashawn Slater. He's going to be a beast.
Slater, forgot about
Andrew
Slater.
Trainer is a rookie. I don't know if that's who they're going to replace Balaga with, but it may be the case. They picked up Gerald Everett from the Rams. They
Oh, the
got
tight
Isaiah
end?
Spiller. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they got Isaiah Spiller as a rookie running back.
Yeah, dude, they're going to be.
Who else did they get? They have a bunch of fucking players they picked up. What am I talking about? Kyle Van Noy. They picked up J.C. Jackson, like we said. They had a low-key draft.
Man, he's going to lock down one side of that field, and Khalil Mack's going to be
Yeah.
coming at you. It's going to.
That was actually a point I had for the Patriots. Losing him is like, if you look at the list of corners we've lost, and there's always another one.
Yeah.
Gilmore. Bye. Just y'all
but
don't care.
no, this team, I agree. I agree. I think Justin Herbert is, and what's crazy is like I watched him at Oregon.
Yeah, you're a.
I didn't.
They're like your second favorite
Yeah,
team. For
I didn't
coach.
fucking see this. This was not.
Nobody did.
This was not.
They said
like,
he struggled actually, like mechanically. He struggled
yeah,
at big
like
games.
there was times where he looked like he was just going to be an average quarterback at best, like fringe starter
with the
like,
big arm. Same,
like, with the
same
big arm.
thing with
That's all
Josh
it
Allen.
was.
They're like,
Like,
he's got a big arm.
But dude, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was like. Maybe it is an argument for how I've been saying these track teams are hurting quarterbacks because he didn't have the track team that even Mariota had with Oregon, but he came in and look how he changed. It. I mean, like
Just last year, he was second in
He
yards,
fits the prototype.
third in touchdowns, third in QBR, but he was tied for 27th in interceptions.
that
That is the problem.
that
A lot
is
of the best
So that's
quarterbacks.
still
A lot of the
crazy.
best quarterbacks
Yeah.
ended with a lot of picks.
Yeah.
So, like Matt Stafford led the league in
Yeah.
picks. He's the Super Bowl, or he made it to the Super Bowl. You had Mahomes, who threw the most picks of any year within his career.
I've got this team.
There's a
going-
lot of players that threw a lot of picks last year.
Yeah.
I've got this team going 13-4, and after looking at it, I kind of fucked up. The Broncos don't make the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're my 6th seed. Patriots are my 7th seed.
Okay.
And we have all these teams so close. These games could go either way.
Either
Yes.
way,
And
all of these games are a flip.
all these divisional games are going to be so.
Chiefs could win
vital.
every division game,
Yeah,
Easily.
Good.
but so could the Chargers.
And so could
And
the
so
Broncos.
could the Broncos, and so
Raiders.
could the Raiders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. Like I said, they're going to beat the shit out of everybody else, and it's literally going to come down to these divisions.
I guess we could talk
And
about.
I have them going 15-2 real quick. I have them going 15-2. They win the division.
I like that.
That's
and,
crazy.
Yeah, they're my number 2 seed as well. I just think that this is going to be like the year that when everyone's saying like Herbert's doing great, but he can't win a playoff game,
Yeah.
and he can't make it to the playoffs. This is when he changes it. This is when he really
Yeah.
has that chip on his shoulder, and he balls out.
He is in that group with like Burrow,
My last-
Jackson, everybody
Yeah.
to kind of.
They didn't make the
themselves.
playoffs last year because that was so.
Yeah, it was dumb. My only 2 losses are the Raiders at week 13 and the Rams at week 17. So they go undefeated until week 13.
They ain't gonna handle all
I
that
haven't
talk in the
listened.
season though. Man, they're 12 and 0. Like
I have them
that's
losing.
gonna be a lot.
I have them losing at the Chiefs,
Yeah.
at the Raiders,
Yeah,
Rams, and at the Broncos.
very possible. Very, very possible.
Tough.
While
tough,
winning
tough
all
games.
the other respective, like, dude.
I have them losing to
That
the
just
Colts.
shows. That goes to show how highly we think of them, though.
That's
like they're
fucking
going to beat
crazy.
those.
But-
fucking great
But
teams.
like the thing is that makes this division so hard is like 90% of all the good free agents went here.
Yes.
Russell
why would
Wilson
you-
went here. Devontae
Yeah, why
Adams
would
went
you?
here. Chandler Jones went here. Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, they went here. Like
Yeah.
they,
I mean, you're in the bright lights of LA too, like,
Yes.
and you're playing with a
Like,
great
they
quarterback,
went-
great team. Like,
they
why not?
all of the good free agents went to this division. That's what makes
Kyle
it
Van
so
Noy.
hard.
I mean, for whatever
Like,
it's worth, he's pretty good.
Yep.
He's going to be a starter for them. So
5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns. I wouldn't be. I'm not going to say it's going to happen because it's very hard, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 5,050, like 5,000 yards,
MVP
50
talk.
touchdowns.
Brady was pretty close last year. I think that
Well,
see
Mahomes has
more
done it.
quarterbacks.
Like,
around
it's,
that.
how many
Aaron.
active divisions and how many active like divisions have 2 quarterbacks who have thrown 50 touchdowns in a season? Like, there's not going to be that many.
No,
it could
we're going to see
change
these
this
guys
season.
battle for a decade plus.
It could be-
We could see 4 of them.
incredible.
I mean, maybe, I don't think the Broncos, but we could realistically see 3 quarterbacks throw 50 touchdowns this year. Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes is going to do it. He's just going to do
He's
it.
that guy.
Like, it's, and then,
Patty Mahomes.
Talking about teams that within this division being able to lock down the best receivers in all divisions.
The Chargers have the best
the best
ability.
personnel for it just because they've got J.C. Jackson. They have Asante Samuel Jr. He's a fucking dog.
They already said we're good on the offense. Let's just spend the money.
Bryce
where we
Callahan's
need it.
pretty good.
They did everything they were
Keep
supposed
the
to.
offense here.
Yep.
And
I
upgrade
really
the
thought they were
defense.
going to lose Mike. I thought they'd lose Mike Williams, but keeping him with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen,
Yep.
for whatever fucking reason, has been slept on the past few years.
He's
and
on
every
it.
other receiver's
He's
like
quiet.
top 5. Like
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah. But
I'm
is
so
the AFC
excited.
West.
So excited for that.
That's the AFC West.
Yeah, now we got the playoffs.
Now we got the
All right, we're going to move on to the
such
NFC.
a fucking hard
Fucking
thing
playoffs.
to do.
And if y'all have been keeping track, we've kind of already said our seedings, but we're going to go through it. Who's got the bye week and everything else, and where we have everybody finishing. Now for the fucking playoffs. We're going to the AFC playoffs. We're going to start here at the end, at the left. So fucking excited for this with the AFC playoffs. So we'll start. You want to go through your seeding first, and then we'll talk
Yeah, I'm
about
gonna
matchups?
go. We'll do that. This division's gonna be a fucking dogfight. I mean, it's so good. So I have Bills 1, Ravens 2, Chiefs 3, Colts 4, Bengals 5, Chargers 6, Pats 7. It's. And all of this could very switch. I mean, the Pats and the Broncos
that's
are
gonna
one
switch.
game
Just
from fucking.
be ready for that.
The Pats and what? You better shut up for me and the Colts. Watch out, bro, because your team ain't making the playoffs.
Early round.
Nobody has the.
I don't.
It's fine. Keep
Hey,
going, keep going.
hey,
You're good.
shut up. So I have Ravens, Pats playing first round, Chiefs, Chargers, Colts, Bengals. I have Ravens carrying that one out, Chargers carrying that one out, and Bengals carrying that one out. That means the Bills and the Bengals would play, and the Ravens and the Chargers would play. I've got the Bills winning that,
That'd be good.
and the Chargers
Joey B
winning
doesn't
that.
get back to the Super Bowl. And the
Chargers,
Chargers
the lower seed, the lower record. They go to, or they would play at the Ravens. They're going to win that game. I don't see. That defense is just ridiculous. And then I am still contemplating over this because just the idea of a Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, AFC Championship. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to stick to my guns. It's so hard not to.
The Bills
but
going to the Super Bowl.
Bills going to the Super Bowl. They
I like
play
it.
the
I can
Rams.
see it.
And
I don't think you're too far off from a lot of people, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to. They're the top teams.
the Chargers could very
Let's
well
go
win
look at
that
the Super
fucking
Bowl
game.
odds.
Yes.
Let's see what the Super Bowl odds look like. Just because, I mean,
Yeah.
they probably have the best odds.
What if Joey B goes in there and upsets the Bengals? What if the Chargers go into, like you said, Baltimore and give
That's
them
what
all?
I'm saying. Like, they're the lower seed, and I have
Dude,
them
the
coming
AFC
out.
playoffs are going to be fucking fun.
Let's use
So much fun.
Let's
I
use
love it.
Fox Sports.
Well, this has a hold on because this has all of the sport books on one website.
Okay.
So what are your spicy takes? Do you see any possible upsets that you're kind of
Yes,
first round
the Chargers winning and going
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl. That's an upset. I see the Colts or the Bengals repeating. Like I see the Ravens making it. Like that's the thing is this division's so wide open. It's too hard. This isn't the NFC. There's 4 teams that are good, and there's 2 teams that could be there. Like the AFC, all the wild card spots could be one division.
Yeah.
Like this is just how the team is laid out. It's so hard. And I mean, honestly, if I had to be honest, I don't even see the Patriots making the playoffs. Like that's just me hoping, because then that's the Broncos there, and that changes everything.
Yeah.
Broncos fucking or what is that? That'd be Ravens Broncos first round.
Yep.
That's
That's actually one of my matchups.
Like Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, Brendan, you want to do yours or
yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
didn't know, it's the Bills, followed by the Bucks, and then the Chiefs. Those are the top 3
yeah?
Super Bowl odds.
Okay. So my 1 seed is the Bills.
Okay.
2 seed is the Chargers. 3 seed is the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
4 is the Colts.
Okay.
Really doesn't feel right to have the Colts there. 5 is the Raiders. 6 is the Chiefs. 7 is the Ravens. Bills move on. Chargers beat Ravens. Bengals beat the Chiefs again.
Okay. Alrighty.
And the Raiders beat the Colts. I have the Bills moving on, beating the Raiders. And then it'll be Bengals versus Chargers, which I would love to see. I have the Bengals winning.
Ooh!
I think the Bengals
That's
are going to
such a good
step it up
pick.
even more in this playoffs. Really have that. Once the playoffs hit, I think Bengals are going to have that chip on their shoulder, and they're going to take them to the Super Bowl. They beat the Bills, and they go back to the Super Bowl.
Oh my god!
Who'd you have going to the NFC?
Aren't you have a
The
repeat?
NFC.
The Rams.
Did you have Rams? You have
I had the
a.
Rams.
You have a
I have a
repeat?
repeat. A
What
repeat.
the hell?
I got you.
Okay. You want me to go?
I'd love to see that, actually. I don't think it's
Yes.
going to happen, but
You want me to go or you want to go?
you can go.
I think mine's the spiciest of all of them.
Yeah, that's I was
Okay.
kind of looking at your.
Yeah, you go first because mine's probably
Okay.
more spicy.
All right, so the Bills are my number 1 overall seed. I got the Chargers at 2. I think me and you actually have the same playoff teams, just seeding's a little different.
Yeah.
Chargers at 2. I've got Ravens at 3.
Okay.
Colts there at 4. Chiefs at 5. Broncos at 6. And the Bengals slide in at 7.
Mine. The only difference is,
The Bengals.
or no. Well, Bengals and Ravens flip, and then I have the Raiders instead of the.
Oh, okay.
Broncos.
I got you. So the Bills get the bye. I've got the 5-4 matchup, the Chiefs and Colts. The Chiefs move on from that, hopefully. Unless Matt Ryan balls out on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens and Broncos, it's 360. Really, that'd be
What
a
year
fucking
is
game.
this?
I've got the Ravens moving on from that. The 2-7 matchup, I've got the Chargers Bengals playing first round. I've got the Chargers moving on. So the second round matchup, Bills Chiefs. I wanted to say the Chiefs so fucking bad because I want Mahomes in the Super Bowl every
Yes.
year, but it really did take a lot for me not to put the Chiefs. But I think the Bills are just a better overall team. I think they're gonna do it. Ravens and Chargers. I've got the Chargers. Chargers beating the Ravens. So the Bills will play the Chargers in the AFC Championship. I actually had the Chargers beating the Bills and going to the Super Bowl. So I've got an LA matchup in the Super Bowl, Rams and Chargers in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That was so hard, man. That Chargers team, I just don't see it.
I think that I like
Their picture's garbage.
I like the picks. I think we have consistently the same teams that are like winning in the playoffs. But my seeding is the Bills at 1, Chargers at 2, Bengals at 3, Colts at 4. I feel the same way about you about the Colts. I don't.
Yeah. They just don't.
They're so misplaced.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Have fun while you're here.
You're the true 7 seed.
And then
They're fourth in mine too.
Yeah.
They're the 4th seed in mine
They
too.
have to be.
Or Titans, either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
yeah, either way.
Congratulations.
Fuck even the Jaguars. I'd be really excited about the Jaguars.
I'd be cheering on the fucking Jags.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
I just thought about it. This is not right at all. There's no way that they're the 4th seed at 9 and 8.
Who?
They are.
Yeah,
They're
because they win the division.
winners.
Oh fuck! I'm
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah.
This picture.
No fucking way this team even.
Here's the,
Yeah,
here's
it's
their
so
section.
incredibly
That's
hard
hilarious.
to.
That's still bad. That's
Still
still
so
too
far.
high.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But
It doesn't look right at
Yeah.
all.
my wild card teams are the Ravens at 5, the Dolphins at 6, and the Raiders at 7. I'm higher on the Dolphins than y'all. None of y'all have the Dolphins in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
Dolphins are not.
so clearly the Bills move on. They get a bye, and then between the Ravens and Chargers, or no, my bad. Wait, I do have that fucked up.
we fucked our shit up hard
We relative.
relative to all of us.
No, that's okay. So I have the Chargers beating the Raiders.
So dumb.
I read it wrong. Okay, we're good. So I had the Chargers beating the Raiders, and then I had the Bengals beating the Dolphins, and then I had the Ravens beating the Colts.
I like to get the Dolphins and Raiders in there. It's kind of
Yeah, I think that honestly, I like the Dolphins if they don't play the Bengals round 1. I really do. Mm-hmm. But then the Bills play the Ravens in the divisional round. I have the Bills winning that game.
Yeah.
And then between the Chargers and Bengals, I have the Chargers beating the Bengals. So it'd be the Bills Chargers. I think 3 of us had that.
Bills
Right?
Chargers.
You have the
Yeah.
Chargers moving on. I have the Chargers moving on.
So
I
you
have
both
the
have the
Chargers.
Chargers going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
It's
the only
Los
one- I'm
Angeles
the only one
Chargers in the
Bengals.
playoffs.
I'm
My
believing it.
I like the
NFC,
Bengals or Bills too. I mean,
Yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not.
my NFC pick was the Eagles. So I have an Eagles.
Damn, the Bills aren't going to make it.
I know, that's so sad. I really hope they... Like,
Eagles,
all these teams
Chargers,
do.
Super Bowl for the 2023.
So, okay, looking at all
season.
y'all's playoff teams, who's your dark horse that could maybe make it to the AFC Championship? We'll go all the way to the AFC Championship, not just make it to win a game.
Dolphins. And
Yeah,
they're
the
not
Dolphins.
even in the playoffs on mine.
You think they could?
Yeah.
In terms of seeding, I'd say the Raiders just because
Same.
they're lower than the Dolphins, but I think the Dolphins.
I like what the Dolphins have. They just don't. The question quarterback. Is he
Yeah.
going to be
For the NFC, I'd probably say probably the Saints.
I got the Bengals and Chargers at 6 and 7 seeds, so they could definitely surprise some people.
The
Chiefs
Raiders...
at 5 seed, I think that's nobody would be surprised if they made it. But definitely a dark horse, probably the Broncos.
I don't necessarily think those are dark horses.
I mean, out of the
though.
playoffs,
Those
they
are.
are.
If the Colts win one playoff game,
Oh hell yeah! Fuck
That's
yeah,
the biggest-
That's a win.
yeah, that's like the craziest thing that can happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if the Colts beat whoever your 5 seed is,
Titans repeating as good as they were. That's
Once the
probably
Titans and Colts
crazy.
get hot at the end of the year, then they just go run crazy in the playoffs.
I mean, Derrick Henry's going to be there.
yeah.
Like it's not like what did I think I had him like winning fucking like
What are
Because like
the
if
Dolphins
the Colts beat
on?
the Raiders,
7-10.
The Raiders are my dark horse Super Bowl team. I think
I don't
they
consider
could be-
that a dark horse though.
It
Like I
has
don't
to be,
consider.
though. I mean, if you
look
compare it
where
to
they're at
everybody
in the-
else, yeah, I mean, it almost has to be.
Yeah, but the Dolphins are just right there. I see the Raiders making the playoffs before the Dolphins. That's why I consider the Dolphins a dark horse because I don't think the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs.
The Dolphins
Same.
have
Mine-
plus
Raiders
4,000.
yeah.
Plus
Yeah, that's what
4,000. They're behind Minnesota,
Well,
Los
Minnesota,
Angeles,
Dolphins, Raiders,
Titans, Cardinals.
Patriots, and the Saints all have the exact same odds to make the
Yeah,
Super
I
Bowl.
don't think that's right. I agree with everything but the Raiders.
Those are kind of borderline playoff teams we were talking about, though, too.
Yeah.
With some of us, the Saints and stuff like that, too.
But the Saints, even here, are borderline. They're just like right outside. I'm pretty sure they're my last one out.
But if the Raiders somehow made it over
Yeah.
I don't know, well, you're pretty high on the Raiders, but that would be astronomically.
We could do a bonus, I guess.
Pay
since we
Derek
did-
Carr everything you can.
Yeah.
He is that guy.
Since we did both of our playoffs for both conferences, we could do our
Super Bowl?
predictions. You had the LA playoff, or you had the LA Super Bowl. Who would you have winning?
I think the Rams are going to repeat.
So the Rams are going to be 2-time Super Bowl champs. Okay.
Rams,
what about
Bills, and
Give Diggs that chip.
I want to so bad.
God, come on, man.
I think I'll
Diggs
cap
needs
it off. I think I'll cap it off with Josh will get his first.
Let's go.
So
I love it.
I know yours.
Well, you go first.
Oh, okay.
Yours is bad.
I think the
It's not.
Bengals.
The Bengals win.
I think the
Super
Bengals are going to take it this year.
Bowl? Okay.
I love how you're
think-
like, give
I
the
think-
Bills a win, and then
Yeah.
you're like, fuck them.
But give
Nah.
Chase, Higgins, they got
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of
I
teams.
love
They got a lot
it.
of players.
They got a lot of time.
I think my brother would kill me if I said anyone else.
Yeah.
So I got to say the Bengals.
Yeah. So
I'd be down for that.
I don't think mine's as spicy as the Bengals.
No, it's-
I really
no, it's-
don't. I don't think it's as
It's
spicy
way
as the Bengals.
spicier.
It's not.
You have the Eagles not only going.
Yeah, the Eagles.
You have the Eagles winning the
So
Super
it's
Bowl.
the Eagles Chargers, and I think that there's multiple teams within the AFC and NFC that can. Like, I think the Rams are going to be fucking
Shit's
great.
where
I think the Bucks are going to be great. But yeah, Eagles.
I got y'all losing the second round of the Vikings.
That's fine.
That's okay. You can very much have.
Eagles, Chargers, and the Eagles win that shit.
Chargers?
Yep.
Chargers Super Bowl?
I think that's cool.
That is cool. I can see it, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm okay with every outcome except that one.
I'm even okay with it. I think it'd be super cool to see the Chargers just smack the Eagles.
No, I'm saying the Eagles winning.
I,
Okay,
know. I
want-
wouldn't mind seeing the Eagles win.
Super Bowl was in LA last year. Where's it this year?
I don't know.
They've been insufferable since they won that fucking Super Bowl, bro. The
Insufferable?
Eagles. Y'all have been
How have I been
terrible. So
insufferable?
annoying. So annoying.
And that has been
That's all they have, though. Leave them
the
alone.
That's what I'm
AFC
saying.
special of the Totally Not Biased podcast.